you drive the all-new Nissan Rogue, you gotta ask yourself, how rogue are you gonna go? We talking be one with nature in the desert rogue? Go snowshoeing in Alaska rogue? Or take the long way home just because kind of rogue? Just a question, but with 5 available drive modes, you're sure to find the answer.
Go rogue in the all-new, fiercely reimagined 2021 Nissan Rogue, now with the most standard safety features in its class. See Owner's Manual for important safety information. Auto Pacific segmentation. 2021 Nissan Rogue versus latest in market competitors. Base models compared.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh, that happened.
Wait,
We're a mess.
I'm not even supposed to be the one that's in second in charge with this crap either.
That's not it. No, I
This is
wasn't
your-
Twitch. I wasn't the second for Twitch either. I didn't think. Was I? I don't know who the fuck is
Yeah,
it.
there you go, Leo.
You had it set.
Thank you.
You had it. You had it set up. So.
Yeah, did it once with Jorge. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all kinds of fun. 2 hours of looking at Google Maps.
What are you talking about? Going to locations on bloody what's it called? Microsoft Flight Sim.
Flight Simulator, yeah.
God
You wanted to
damn.
go fly down in Puerto Rico and stuff like that.
Fair enough. That's a game I didn't really play that much of.
What game?
Flight Sim.
Flight Sim 2020.
I'm kind of happy I didn't buy it.
You what?
I'm kind of happy I didn't buy it.
Oh.
I knew I
just
wouldn't
not
be
impressed with it.
interested in it.
Yeah.
I've done real-time flight sims before years ago, granted, but I'm not for the long-term flight stuff. You know, hour, 2 hours in DCS goes by quick if you're doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
A flight
Wait,
from New York to
Leo.
London? No.
Leo, math makes you tired? The only subject that made me like fall asleep when I was in school was fucking English. It took no brain power. Well, and one of my math classes, because my teacher would let me take a nap because it was first period, and he had me 2 years.
Damn it.
Nah, I never really got tired in school. Well, when I was actually in class.
Well, fucking, so I had
Only in college.
my Algebra 1 teacher and my Algebra 2 teacher were the same dude. And about halfway through my freshman year for Algebra 1, I started like watching YouTube in class and just not paying attention and like napping and stuff. And he would call me out for it, and like I stopped doing homework and all that shit. But like I get A's on all the tests. So eventually he just kind of let it start sliding. And then my junior year when I had him for Algebra 2, after like the first week when you do all your introductions and you get like the
Right.
plan of the class or the school year out of the way, I started watching YouTube and taking naps because it was first period. It was 7 in the morning, and I'm not a morning person, and I'd stay up till like 5 in the morning.
No wonder why you weren't a morning person.
And
I don't know why. You were tired.
and so literally I'd get to class, put my bag down, and either put in my headphones and watch YouTube, or put my head down and just take a nap. And one day, this was the year where they changed the requirement where seniors, where you had to have 4 credits to graduate for math credits. It used to be just 3.
Right.
So there were seniors in the class because they had skipped it because they didn't need it, and they're going to do it their senior year anyways, who were taking 2 math classes. And they complained, they're like, Mr. Tiger, why does Max get to take naps in class, but you yell at me when I try it? He's like, this is why. And he tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, huh? And I took out my headphone, and he was like, can you answer this problem for me? I was like, yeah, sure. Give me like 2 minutes. And then I'd answer it, and he'd already be on to the next problem, and I'd answer that problem. I'm like, this problem's answer is this, the previous problem's answer is this. And I put my head back down and put my earbud back in, and I just hear him go, that's why.
Because he fucking still does it.
Because I'm
Right.
still paying, like, I was able to pay attention and learn while sleeping in the class. It was really
And
weird.
that was, well, for me, math was different. I was always good at it. I did algebra and geometry in middle school, but then I had to take them again in high school because those credits didn't transfer over for some stupid reason.
Yeah.
And so I took Algebra 1 again, Algebra 2 again, and Geometry 2 again, basically, in high school. Meanwhile, I did trig and calculus too while I was in school. And every day, our teacher would put 2 problems up on the board, and when you got to class, you'd go up there and somebody would have to solve one, somebody would have to solve the other one. Well, the teacher started getting on me about it, not doing homework and stuff like that. Like, all right, you want me to do the daily problems then? Okay, yeah, I'll have you do the daily problem. So I'd go up there and I'd look at the board and I'd be like, write down the answer. Go over to the other one, write down the answer. Like, how did you get there? I'm like, is it right? Of course it's right.
Who the fuck cares how I get there as long as I'm there?
Why do I have to write out 10 steps to get the answer if I can just say, this is the answer? Here you go.
That was
I can do this in my
something
head.
that I hated in geometry. Was my teacher required us to show our work on the
Right.
tests, and I was like, that's fucking stupid. And she's
Yeah.
like, why? I'm like, because my calculator, I can put all the work into my calculator and get the answer. It's the right answer. Why the fuck does it matter if I got how I got there? Because I need to know that you know how to do it right. I put it in my calculator.
got the
and
right goddamn answer, I know how
got
to
the
do
right
it
answer,
right.
didn't I?
Right?
Right?
And she's like, all right, touche. And so she stopped docking my points for not showing my work because I fucking hate showing work. No, when it came to
I hated that too, but I never
when it
got
came
a fucking
to
thing for that.
Algebra 2 trig and statistics, then you kind of have to show your work because I had to, because I like putting in my calculator. Yeah, I could do that. I could see it mentally, but being able to like write it all out and put it into the calculator and kind of go step by step as like a double checking, because it's more complicated than fucking geometry, was just safer.
Yeah, it's safer. I mean,
Right.
but that was the thing with me. When I was in high school, I mean, for trig we were allowed calculators, and calculus we were allowed calculators, but I never used one. I just did it all in my head. Math just came that easy to me.
A lot of
Wish I
like,
fucking
high
had
school
that.
math. A lot of high school math is simple enough to do that. It's when it comes to like trigonometry, you have to do sine, cosine, and all that shit, and like
Right.
logistics and all that, or logarithms and stuff. It's like
Logarithms, yeah.
This is a calculator task.
This is what I think of math.
Yeah, that was I mean, I've lost it over the years, but just being able to do those things in my head was so super simple for me.
I had a couple friends that were they were freshmen when I graduated, and I had 3 of them message me like a week ago, because they're seniors this year, and like they had a group chat, and so they added me to the group chat and they're like, do our math homework for us. I'm like, oh, no. Why? Like, what's in it for me?
Right.
They're like, we'll pay you. We'll each pay you per homework. I'm like, but homework doesn't count towards your grade anyways. And they're like, oh, you're right.
Oh. Oh.
and then
See,
and then
when
they're like,
I
well,
was
we don't
going to
understand it. I'm
school,
like,
I
I'll
did.
tutor you. Yeah, well, because this year everything's almost everything's online.
Right.
And so they can't weight it the same as like physical paper,
Right,
physical homework,
right.
because they can't tell if you cheated or not. With paper homework, I guess they can. I don't fucking know.
I don't know
But-
how, but
But they're
Right.
like, well, can you
just make
tutor
a
us?
copy
'Cause
of
we
the
still
fucking
don't
thing you get a
understand
printer.
it. And they sent me like screenshots of like the problems they were struggling with. I was like, this is different from when I was in senior. I'm like, what class are you guys in? They're like, statistics. I'm like, I never saw this shit.
This
Show
wasn't
me,
my
show
thing.
me. I need to see your textbook page too. And they're like, all right, because they were digital textbooks. And I was like, I don't remember any of this. What's going on?
Well, that's like when my kids were young and they were in elementary school, and all of a sudden there's this new math that they're teaching everybody. I'm like,
Common Core.
why? Yeah, I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are there 10
Why are you doing
steps
it that
to
way?
get to this answer? This is stupid. Let me show you how to do this the easy way. And my kid picked it up, boom, 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 just like I did. I was like, see how much
That
more
was the
easy
fun
this
thing.
is? Yeah, then I got yelled at by the teacher.
I kind of floundered through high school until my senior year. And my parents are always like, if you need help, ask us. And I'm like, okay. And so one day, knowing they wouldn't get it, I sat down with my math homework. And my math and my chemistry homework. And I was like, all right, Dad, help me. He's like, well, what do you need help with? I'm like, my homework, dumbass, sit down.
Hey, Sonny.
And he's like, all right, what are
Hello.
you trying to do? I was like, I need to get the weighted molecular combination of this reaction and this reaction as a product. And he's like, what?
Yeah. No, I couldn't go to anyone either with any.
said this was
like,
math,
simple
right?
shit over there.
It was because it is math. Because literally all you
Right.
do is you for reactions, you take all the elements that are in it. You take the ones that have like poles, and you just add them together. Like,
Right.
it makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
And like seeing it, it made sense to me. I just wanted to fuck with my dad. I made it sound way more complicated than it needed to be.
Listen
I'm
to
a
your
naughty
old
child in
man.
high school. Bullshit.
You still are the naughty child, Sonic.
Do you remember the story that you said about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that story? Oh god. Anyway, yeah, no, I don't understand why they need the full working out for the simpler shit. It's like, why the fuck does it matter how I got there as long as the answer's right? If the answer's wrong, then sure, ask me to show how I fucking got there. But if it's right, fuck off. Leave it there.
Right. I mean, yeah, if I get it wrong, then I might need help. I may have skipped a step. I may have
Exactly.
carried something weird or whatever, type of thing. Yeah, then I might need help. But if I'm getting everything right, yeah, kiss my
That's
ass.
something that I could never get with a teacher. It's like, well, I'm getting this right.
The
Why?
pancake
And
story.
it's like, because you have to. I'm like, why do I have to? I'm right. let it go. But this, actually, that was a choice word that I came to mind about this teacher. She was not proud to say, but our entire grade put her on stress leave because she
Ooh.
was that much of a bitch.
Wow.
Yes, our entire grade hated her with a passion, and she didn't know what she was talking about with half the shit anyway. Because
Oh, yeah.
she had just finished the courses
Gotta
to
have
go
that
on to
plan
teaching,
still.
and she was still like not even, you know, ready to teach. I don't think there was an answer. I don't know what fucking question it was. There was an answer that she got wrong that like 99% of the class got right, and she was like, "No, you're all wrong." And I'm like, well, "That's not fucking right."
Oh,
We went
yeah.
to fucking the head of the like math fucking bullshit, and that person was like, "No, you're fucking wrong," to the teacher. She sat in the fucking corner quiet for the rest of the lesson, letting us do our work. It was fucking hilarious. But
that goes right along with
off.
that goes right along with the story about me almost getting kicked out of college too.
Oh,
Fucking Windows 101 class. The
oh god.
gal they had teaching was an English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that something didn't work, and I have to take the class to get the credit to move on to all the other classes that I wanted to do for computer programming. And I let her, everything was done. We're all working in the computer lab. I'm like, hey, this actually does work if you follow it along in the book. She's like, that's not what it says. No, that's not how it works. I'm like, I can show you right now.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite memes out there are kids getting like answers correct, but showing like they show their work and their work is completely fucking wrong, but they get the right answer.
Oh yeah.
That's
And
just funny.
they still get the full point for it because they showed their work and they got the right answer.
Right.
And the teacher looks at it like, how the fuck did you get here? How does
Just
this work?
write a bunch of gibberish on there and be like, nope.
You know what? That was at some point like one of the things I would do when they said, "Hey, show you're working out." I was like, "I'll just get the answer right down here, and I'll just write fucking random shit." Hey, I showed out some bullshit. I've written some shit out. This is what you asked for. This is what you're gonna get. I would go through, do the work, and then just go write random numbers like in between the answer and the question, because there's a fucking like standard A4 piece of paper, right? You get like 5 or 6. No, you get like 6 questions per fucking page because they want you to show this massive amount of working. I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck off.
Right.
It's so dumb.
Steph, I officially have been awake for 24 hours.
No, because you slept for 20 minutes.
Shut up.
And then you slept.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Lies.
Doesn't count. Power nap doesn't count.
It's all
I was resting my
lies.
eyes. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
But no, it's just school's dumb. And I have no doubt that the specific high school that I went to is even fucking dumber.
I won't say
Get
that
this,
school
so we-
is dumb. I say that some of the
No, like,
stuff that they have you do is ridiculous.
Redonk.
yeah, but if you went to my high school, just fucking no.
I love that in my high school, as a senior graduate, like a graduation requirement, there's a program called AVID. Don't fucking, it's a class you had to take. I don't remember what the fuck it stands for. I don't give a shit what it stands for. It was literally college preparedness. You signed up for the FAFSA for like tuition and all that shit, and you applied to colleges. That's all you fucking did. All you
Wow.
did. It was a semester-long class that you were required to take.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
no.
Sounds like a fuck about class.
Oh no! So my teacher put it was all online. My teacher put up all the assignments within the first week or 2 of the class starting, and I had them done by the time we were like a month into the school year. And then every single day after that, I would
nothing to
play
do.
coding games on. I'd learn how to code for like 55 minutes during the whole period, and she'd come over and she'd be like, "Max, why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? I'm like, because I already fucking did
done.
it.
Because
And
it's
she'd
all
do it
done.
every fucking day. It's like she'd forget. She'd have a complete fucking reset,
Oh.
and she'd come over. She's like, "Why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing?" And I pull it up, and I show everything is completed. She's like, "You're not supposed to be that far ahead." I'm like, "You put it all up. Go grade it."
Right.
Hey, if you want to
Why
make
aren't you
that,
doing what
if you
you're
want to make
supposed
that
to be
thing
doing?
happen,
Well,
if you want to make that happen, boom, yeah.
for the last 2 weeks of the semester too, she revoked my computer privileges.
Oh.
For what she fucked up with?
Because I wasn't following class direction. I'm like, but it's already done. I can't
Like,
follow
what the
class
fuck?
direction if
You
it's
just-
already done.
You're just gonna sit there and be like,
Right.
Would you
motherfucking
rather
doing
I be on
anything?
Would you rather I be on the computer learning or kicking back in my chair watching YouTube being a fucking tool?
Right.
Teachers
an
don't
education.
get that. They think everything that you're doing that's not work, even if it's fucking 100% completed, is just you being a dick. And that's how my high school was. I completed, like, there was a computer class that I did. I completed, like, most of the work, like, kind of like you did, only it was, like, set out. Each term, they set it out in, like, the first week. I'm like, all right, whatever. That's done. I got nothing to do now. Like, whatever. And then, like, I'm just sort of there. Because it was a pretty easy computer course, and I thought it was more than what it was. It was so
Right.
easy.
I think chemistry was one of the hardest classes for me because I took it as a sophomore, and as a sophomore, or grade 10, you're supposed to take biology. I was planning to take it the summer between year 9 and year 10, and I didn't. And I already signed up for chemistry, so I got chemistry. So I totally skipped a grade's worth of learning, even though
Right.
it doesn't even apply to chemistry in the slightest. I skipped it anyways. And
Right.
chemistry was really fucking fun. Like, it made sense. But when we got to the nuclear section, like the nuclear part of chemistry, I
Right.
missed one fucking day, and I almost failed that section of chemistry because I missed one day, and no one would catch me up, and I had to do it by myself, and it was fucking confusing. And then my senior year, my counselor, my guidance counselor, my guidance counselor, the drug counselor who became my best friend, and I'll go into that story in a little bit. And the
Good, I wanna
principal
know.
came to
Right.
my class and pulled me aside, and they're like, "Hey, we noticed that you haven't taken the EOC, or the end of course exam, for biology." I was like, "Yeah, I never took the class." Like, why didn't you take the class? I was like, I was planning to do it over the summer, but I didn't, and I was signed up for chemistry already, so I took chemistry, and I just never went back and took it. They're like, why not? Like, I don't know. They're like, well, you still have to take the test to, graduate high school. It's a graduation requirement. I'm like, okay. When's the test? In like 2 weeks. I'm like, okay. So I went, took the test, and like 2 or 3 weeks later, the results came in. I only missed 2 questions. It is a 100-question test. Didn't take the class, and I got 98 right.
Holy shit.
So they're like, well, you didn't take the class, so I don't know if we can give you the credit. I'm like, I got a 98 on the EOC. I don't need to take the class, obviously. Give me the credit. They're like, okay.
So if
I
they
got
didn't
a-
give you the
I
credit
got a
after
free
you
credit,
did all of
essentially.
that, if you didn't get the credit after doing all that, that would be some fucking bullshit.
True.
I'd be fucking pissed. It's like, well, this ain't right. This is not right. If you pass that and they didn't give you the credit, that's not right.
Isn't that funny?
It's like, I clearly
Yeah.
know this.
Anyway, so drug counselor became my best friend.
I'm so curious now.
So when vaping first started up on the rise, when the only refillable vapes you could really get were those little ego stick things,
Yeah.
and they held
Right.
like 2 mils of juice, and then they had a bunch of disposable juice, or disposable ones that like were a set puff amount, and then you would just throw it away. The battery would die. You could refill them, but it was a nuisance. Well, my brother was in elementary school at the time. I was a freshman in high school, and he found it on the ground at his school. He picked it up. He thought it was just a scented pen, like an ink pen. And I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what this is. I've always wanted one." And so I stole it from him. And instead of giving it to my mom like a good person, I decided to take it to school and show it to my friends at lunch. And then 5 minutes later, Coach Nick, who's this big fucking walking pancake of a man, came up and tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, "Can you come with me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so we go to the elevator. He doesn't take the stairs. We go to the elevator and go up to the office. And he's like, "You know why I pulled you over, or pulled you aside?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I just pulled it out of my pocket and handed it to him. Like, there's no point in trying to fucking fight it. They already know. And so I went up. I had the whole conversation. They're like, "Oh, blah blah blah. You're not supposed to have it on school grounds." Blah blah. And I told the story. And then, so I think I got like a 2-day, 3-day suspension because it's a tobacco product on school grounds.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I had to go to a drug and alcohol addiction seminar class for like a week, which was with our drug and alcohol counselor, Lynn Lizanne. And she became my best friend because of this. For some odd reason, we just clicked, and I'd go to her office, which was on the opposite end of the school from where we actually had the whole meeting thing. And I'd just go in and like hang out with her every now and then, and she'd be like, "Hey, I'm bored in my class. I have to go see a counselor." And they're like, "Yeah, sure." She's like, "You can't ditch class." I'm like, "I'm not ditching class. I'm seeking counseling." She's like, "Well, what do you need counseling for?" "Boredom."
Boredom.
That's great.
She's a really nice lady too. She wasn't that like shrink type of counselor where like they're constantly analyzing you, but she wasn't like that school type of counselor that doesn't give a shit about you as a person. They just care about, you
Right.
surviving
the
the day
middle.
or whatever. She like genuinely cared and listened to like you as a human being and tried to give you advice on the same plane as you being a fucking human being.
You see, we didn't have that sort of thing in our high school, at least. They didn't have any, like, counselors, so to speak.
Yeah.
Teachers double it as that bullshit, and they were very bad at it, from what I've heard. So I was like, nope.
Break. Get back to work.
She's on break. Whip those kitties into shape. Whoosh.
What? Oh, right.
She's on to it.
Yes, I know. I knew. What the fuck?
I need liquid. My mouth is dry. Dad, what?
Hydrate.
Wait a minute.
I might text my little brother to go grab me in Arizona because I'm too lazy to get up.
Does he actually go up and get it?
I'm gonna text him.
You don't know, but there's an attempt coming anyway.
I'm like,
What are you
right.
not impressed about, Steph?
What?
Serious now.
Context.
Sarah
Shadow's being mean.
again. What?
I think Steph's
Where?
just tired. What the fuck? What?
I'm so confused now.
Yes. No idea what you're talking about, Steph.
Okay. Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, says the one who fucking gangs up with Gecko on me and we were in fucking voice chats together.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bully.
right?
They're still apparently putting you in that dress.
Do not.
Oh no, it deleted all of them. Fuck.
What did you do?
I
Why?
just wanted to delete the not.
It
So
did
it'd
for
still
me.
say,
The
"I
whole,
did."
It
the
did.
rest of them are still there for me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
deleted everything from it.
God damn,
I have
rude.
the power here.
I should really be watching this and stream a mod view, actually.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Isn't it? Keep an eye on a few other things other than just the
I
chat.
actually don't know if I'm a mod or not on this.
Gotta make sure.
I mean, you're on the
Hopefully not.
account.
Stream.
You know?
You are the
True.
owner at the moment.
True, I guess. Yes.
But current mods. It's just me and Shadow active at the moment, and you are not.
I just cut
Good.
down a tree.
You just cut down what?
He just
Stepped
cut down
on
a
the fucking
tree.
tree, and I said I just cut down a tree.
Don't use that as an excuse, Steph.
We miss you too.
We miss you
Gecko.
too, Gecko. At least now. Well, she's in the chat. No,
I don't,
just
I don't know. I don't know. If Spartan does. He didn't say anything.
Right.
Is there a point
Right.
of repeating it for the third time? Like fucking, goddamn. I'm gonna catch shit for that now. Fucking.
Yep.
Thanks.
I know that's gonna come.
Hey,
So she gets on Discord later and is like, "What the fuck?"
She'll join on her phone in a second. Well, she can't join this channel, but
my little brother said, "Sure, give me a sec."
wait, really?
Ah, nice.
You miss Steph. If you miss your bed, get in bed and go to sleep.
Yeah, it's about time you went to bed.
It's fucking 12:30 there. Go to sleep.
God damn.
I just popped my knees. Ow. That really hurt.
That happened.
Welcome
earlier
to my
me. I
life.
got up and it just went kunk. I'm like, haha,
Mhm.
great.
But it wasn't like an extension or like a bending pop. I was moving my leg to the side and my feet were sticking to my chair a little bit, and it was like a sideways pop. And it,
Ow.
Yeah. Welcome. Mine does that most of the time because my office is upstairs. Going up or down the stairs. I'll be like taking a step and just goes pow. I'm like, ow, fuck.
You can tell when my mom's coming down the stairs because you just hear a lot of pops.
Just
Yeah.
on the way out. Oh shit. I used to be like that for a little bit actually. There was a point where every step I took, you could hear a little. I was like, "What the fuck?" There's nothing wrong. It was just it happened and then it stopped all of a sudden.
My wrists
Whatever.
get that bad. I can like pop the tendons in my wrists.
Oh, this.
Popping the tendons back here. It fucking
Like
hurts
this?
to do it.
Like that.
Yeah.
Ah, fucking A, yeah. Ugh, excuse me.
No.
You're going dark.
Yeah. Dog standing in front of the light.
Fair enough, I guess.
No, the shepherd's out barking at a cat or something. He's like, "What's going on? I want to go out there."
So when we left,
going on.
when we were getting ready to leave this morning, our German Shepherd was out hanging out with us out by the trucks, and I started to kind of guide her back to the house so I could lock her inside because she's not supposed to come with us and she'll chase us down the road. And so I start walking her back, and then she like skirts out beside me and starts like sprinting back towards the
truck.
trucks. I'm like, "You little shit." And so I grab her by the collar and I start to guide her again. She starts hunching down like she's gonna lay down and is like gonna plant herself and not go. I'm like, "Oh hell no." And so I scoop her up, a fucking 78-pound German Shepherd, and walk her an acre back to the fucking front door, and put her inside. And
No, we're not doing this,
You
little
stay
shit.
here.
If it wouldn't hurt her, I'd pick our shepherd up. I used to when she was a little fucking pup But since then, you went go to pick her up, and she goes, "Fuck that, fuck off."
Oh, she just
squirming
she
and all
just
that shit.
she just fucking sat there, or she's like I'm airborne.
No, you try to pick up Bonnie, and she would just fucking squirm. Like, no,
yeah.
this is not okay. But no, I used to pick her up, and she'd lay with like paws up, like in my arms, and wouldn't move when she was a lot younger.
Yeah.
It was fucking great. I tried to do that maybe like 4 months after we had her, and she just went, "No, not this anymore. Go away. We're not doing this now." Fucking hell. I remember the first day we got her. She had a lead on around this oval that I live near, right? She's running after me, and one paw, I think it was the right paw, steps on the lead, and she goes,
Starts tumbling.
and she gets up with the lead over her face, like, "What the fuck happened?" I thought that. I'll never fucking forget that.
More
It's
little
fucking
aliens, I
great.
don't know. My grandma, my mom's mom, my Großmutter, she
Mhm.
is terrified, or was terrified of German Shepherds. Absolutely horrified.
Why though?
And she was just scared of them.
Just
a scary dog.
Just a thing.
Just this, the stereotype of them being aggressive.
Right.
And she
Just a
met
thing, man.
Raven, my German Shepherd, and she was like,
What the fuck?
"Oh my god, she's so sweet, she's so loving." So every time they come up, it's, "Can I take Raven for a walk? Can I walk Raven?" Yeah, sure, why not? Go for it.
She
One
loved
time though,
walking.
when Raven was a pup, I think she was still about a year old, Grandma took her out on a walk, and she saw a bunny or something in the forest, and started running after it, and yanked my grandma off her feet and dragged her across the pavement for a few feet.
Ooh.
Ah.
Ow.
My grandma's old too, so It's funny though, like, this dog is so fucking gentle. If you put like a small piece of meat on like your fork, she'll barely take it off with like her front teeth. Like, you
Yeah.
can barely feel her tug on the fork. And she'll walk away with it, drop it, and then pick it up again and eat it. It's like, why are there so many
Why?
steps?
My
Hey.
dogs do the same shit.
This one out here just fucking wants to lick you. That's it. Or she'll. This is something that I half taught her. I taught her to put a paw up and like put it in my hand to like get treats and pats and whatever. Right? She took half of that knowledge and just goes wipes at us. I was like, son of a bitch.
Right.
Little shit. She takes that,
Fucking-
and she's got fucking claws too. So she does this and goes,
Yeah.
and plants her fucking front paw on like the top of your leg and goes like that. It's like, really?
Our 120 pounder does the same damn thing. When he wants attention, he'll come up, paw on you, and just go. You're like, oh, God damn
Pay
it,
attention to
dog.
me, and I'll stop hurting you. Pay attention, and
you're
I'll stop
in-
scratching you.
If you're in the kitchen and you're facing a certain counter, Raven and Raven sees you, she'll come up, she'll sit next to you, and she'll nose you, like, real gently.
That's where the treats
And
are at.
if you don't, well, it's where her food gets
Oh, okay.
assembled too.
Right.
Feed her, and so she'll nose you, and if you don't like reach down and pet her head or give her attention or give her a bone or something, she'll nose you, and she'll nose you again, and she'll lightly paw you, and she'll lightly paw you, and she'll keep doing it. She'll alternate back and forth until she gets something, or you tell her to fuck off and get out of the kitchen.
Shit. Anyway.
Oh, I want cheesecake.
No,
Fuck
fuck
off.
you. Fucking
Who doesn't want cheesecake?
Let's see. We have pumpkin pie cheesecake. We have an assortment of cheesecake, and we have creme brulee cheesecake. Fuck no, creme brulee. Like actual creme brulee.
I just want food.
I might have to make some tomorrow.
I think my lunch is gonna
What's up, Swagger? Long
bacon
time no
and
see, man.
scrambled eggs.
Let go. What was that, Spartan?
I think my lunch is gonna end up being like bacon and scrambled eggs on toast again. I
My
like
lunch
it
was
so much.
my
It's
lunch
not a
was
bad
chicken.
choice.
It's so good. You get the right piece of bacon and then like do the eggs right. It's so good. The bacon that we've got now is not exactly what I would choose because it's like a smaller, like cut. It's like shortcut fucking bacon. But if you get the correct pieces, it's so fucking good. Like
think
this
I'm
thicker
having-
pieces, like this fucking thick, right? we get, and it cooks really well through if you know what you're doing.
It seems too thick for bacon.
No, it's like that. It looks
Like-
the camera doesn't do it justice. It's like that fucking thick. It's
Oh,
like
like-
not really.
like
It's
2
not really that
centimeters.
You're
bad.
like eighth of an inch.
Not even 2 centimeters.
No.
2 centimeters is fucking thick as shit. Think
Centimeters is
Don't
like
be thick.
it's
hard to
what's
judge
an inch?
size
An
through a
inch is
tiny
like
camera.
2.2 centimeters,
the
isn't
camera
it?
doesn't do it justice. It's like it's really small, but those pieces, if you know what you're doing with it, and you cook through crispy as fuck and put it on toast, it's so good. Now I want some.
See, now I prefer my bacon crispy in parts, but still chewy on the fatty parts.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
It has to have like crisp curled edges, but like when you get past that first bite, the center of it has to be chewy while the outside's still nice and
Yes.
crispy. Where
Fuck
the
yes.
fat strip is right through it. Ooh. Oh,
Now
man,
here's-
Hansel, how can you
here's-
pet 3 dogs at once, Gecko? You only have 2 hands.
Feet.
Touche.
Or headbutt it.
Headbutt the dog. How you doing, dog? Bam!
Nice to meet you.
You're such
You only, you only do that with Rottweilers and Pit Bulls.
Well, but to be fair, 2 of those dogs are like small, so you
Right.
can do it all in one go.
There you go.
Oh shit!
Yeah, if you got big enough hands and you got 2 chihuahuas sitting next to each other, you can scratch both their tummies, one with your thumb, one with your pinky.
Yeah.
I think we're having fettuccine alfredo for dinner. With like homemade alfredo sauce.
Sounds delicious.
I'm really excited for it.
I am.
If you're not using your feet, then what are you using, Gecko?
Obviously headbutting them.
It begs the question.
Right? Obviously, the butter.
Ow.
Toom, toom, knockout. Stop barking, bonk.
Here, Chihuahua.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. That's
We know your
cringe.
hands are tiny.
Oh, God.
Rock's breaking out of the announcer role and trying to get into sound effects.
Dude, I always make sound effects. It's part of being the announcer. Changing my voice. Good stuff. Jamila's
Jamila's
here.
here.
What?
See her in the
Jamila
easel.
is in the chat, hiding, lurking.
See her in the easel.
Jamila's
What?
lurking. What?
Bad shadow.
What?
Why
What?
bad shadow? What shadow
Shadow
do?
didn't do anything.
There goes the bulliness. There goes the bulliness.
Shadow
That's not
slowly
typing, so
sneaking down
Gecko's
like,
got to take over. Context, Gecko. Context, Gecko.
Fuck, my elbow just popped.
I heard something. Okay.
Oh, that hurts so bad.
Oh, excuse me. Fucking hell.
I don't see
Confusion.
Jamila.
Visible
in the
confusion.
chat. In the users list.
You don't see Jamila in there?
No, I got Gecko, Steph, you, me.
I don't see Jamila
and
either.
there were Lurks and Stream
Yeah,
Elements.
Maybe she just popped in for a second. She's like, I'm out.
Spartan, have you been smoking bath salts again?
Wait, what?
What?
There's a rash of people smoking bath salts in Florida, and they were chewing people's faces off.
That's
That-
some
that-
rash.
Hmm.
Huh. No,
Well.
it goes Steph Lurks for me. Jamila's
Yeah, same.
What if
Strange.
I completely refresh
My
the
phone-
page?
Okay, give me up.
It's not there.
Alright. Well, whatever.
Julia.
Ah! Fuck this. Fucking, I'm not used to where this chair fucking arms end, and I get caught with the fucking headset now. Because on the other one, it used to like go around and reach the back of the chair, right?
Right.
This one, it's up on the base, and that's it. You can go around it on both fucking sides. It's just, I don't.
Yeah, it's a two-dimensional
and the other thing
arm.
I'm not used to is it rotates. These rotate in and out.
There you
Not
go.
fucking
Hey, that's
used
what
to
mine
that.
do.
Mounted
Go again?
HOTAS.
Well, not quite, but
Come on now. You can make it work. A little extra industrial Velcro on them.
no.
What? Why? Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
What's your chair again, Shadow?
I have the Secret
I'll
Lab
bet.
Titan. Yeah,
The
Titan.
what? The what?
The Secret Lab Titan.
Fuck, I was never gonna go pay that much money for a fucking chair. Fuck that.
right.
I was.
No, because remember,
after gaming for 10 plus years on a wooden dining chair, I'm gonna fucking spoil myself.
this
Fair
this
enough.
is the best chair I've had.
Same. And I went all out for
This was
it.
cheaper.
I don't care.
Fucking hell. Like no shit.
It
The
is
so which one was
kinda
it again?
Titan.
Titan. So fucking hell.
Gecko, still no context about the bad shadow.
She's probably dealing with the Saddle Club thing or whatever. it is.
She just typed something. You're all silly, but I
Oh,
love you
okay,
all.
never mind that. So in mine, which size is it? Ugh.
The large one, the one for 6-foot people. And up to like, I think 200 pounds.
All right, so without a sale, mine would cost $684 in my currency. On sale, it's $589. This one was less than half that.
Secret Lab Titan.
Even with the knockoff price. This one cost $300, right? And they because of the apparently fucking us. Well, they kind of fucking us around a little bit yesterday. I don't know,
Yeah.
was it yesterday? I can't fucking remember
Yes.
anymore.
Yes, it was just
I just
yesterday.
had some shit.
I think. Maybe the
Probably not for me.
Anyway.
Not for me.
Anyway.
It was. I went out Friday night, Monday now. So yeah, no, it's 2 days ago technically.
Yeah.
But they fucked us around with that when I went and got it, and they went, "Hey, fuck it, take $50 off." I'm like, "I'll take it, thank you very much." But they're very similar in design, the Secret Lab ones and the Thunder X3s.
Yeah, I have the soft weave fabric in charcoal blue, which is $489 USD without sale, $419 with sale.
Soft weave. Holy fuck! Just going to soft weave fabric is $734.
But
So soft weave.
Napa leather is $1,000 for me.
So oh my god, soft
Jesus.
weave fabric. Yeah, and it's $1,400, $1,459 or $49 for that chair. It's not fucking worth it. I'll buy a fucking
For you, no.
computer. No. So we go soft weave thingo, and the color is I can't tell properly.
Blue.
Charcoal blue. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Charcoal blue, and that's it. So the total cost of this one is $734 outside the Black Friday sale. Fuck that.
I mean, it's not
Fuck that noise.
horrendous.
It is stupid for a chair.
Well,
And this one,
you know,
funny enough, I didn't realize that if I, well, I do now, but when I was putting it together, I didn't realize if I lift the base of this chair up off the star, it comes off.
Yes,
off of that.
same. That's
I didn't
also
realize
what
that.
mine's supposed to do, but I've sat down on this thing so hard so many times that it
just
it
doesn't
doesn't
do
come
it
off
anymore.
anymore.
Now the other one that I had, the one that I actually threw about 5 meters, I was that annoyed with it, like building this thing. That had a fucking threaded thing in it, and they worked it out that way somehow. I thought, what the fuck? I don't know. This works.
Fucking so at my
I
first
think it
job,
was threaded at the top, and then it just like had that thing that rotates in the bottom there. Yeah, that makes sense to me
Yeah.
actually.
at my first job at ATS, we had swivel chairs that were meant to be used for the computer stations for finding
Right.
drawings and references and all that stuff. And day shift kept fucking stealing them and taking them and putting them back in the toolbox room, which
Right.
they're not supposed to be in because it's just a place to fuck off and hide out. And so my supervisor for my shift, for second shift, eventually started saying, "All right, after first shift leaves, if there's any chairs back in the toolbox area, just grab the sledgehammer by Bill's desk and destroy them."
Damn.
Okay.
I
And
will not pass
so
down that opportunity. to
every
destroy-
other day we'd be able to go back there and be like, "Oh, look, there's a chair."
Bang. I wouldn't pass off that one. If I wasn't paying for the chair, fucking send it.
Right.
That's great. No,
And then it started a shift war because the manager for first shift was like, "Why are you destroying chairs?" And my manager was like, "You used to be our shift supervisor. Why are you okay with them hiding chairs back there and not doing any work?" Because we'd come in half hour early when we're upper limit of being allowed to clock in, and I'd go back there and there'd be about half of day shift just sitting back there with their feet up on their phones, eating food, just kicking it. It's like, you still have an hour left of your shift. What are you doing? You should be doing paperwork or still working at least.
Yeah. No, it was really satisfying throwing that chair. Really.
I don't doubt it.
No, I at first I was like, I wonder how far I could throw this because this is heavier than it looks. This one's fucking heavier than it looks, and it's like maybe a third of the weight more than the last one. I thought, what the fuck? But then again,
Oh, this
most
thing's
of it
insanely
is
heavy too.
yeah, most of this thing is like is steel or something, like some sort of metal. The other one was mostly plastic. Bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So
heavy
this
metal
is a
and
good one.
dense fabric.
It's really good. But I threw it like fucking. I think I said I threw it like 5 meters. So I was like, fucking hell. That's fucking.
I'm
good. Still
strong.
got some strength. I still have strength on me from like not. Well, I suppose I'm not gonna go under there and grab that, actually. But I suppose that's a fucking strength on me apparently. Which I lost a lot of from high school. Big sad. Yeah, wish I could go back to high school strength. That was fucking good. But anyway.
I wish I could go back to pre-surgery strength and mobility.
Yeah, understandable. We
Whale.
like every lesson that we weren't doing anything like important in, I guess, like for like physical education, whatever the fuck, I would just be in the fucking gym doing fucking weight workouts and shit. And well, I didn't have all that much time in the gym itself. I did build up a decent amount of strength for it, for doing it. It's 115 kilos of weight, like bench press. It's something for me in high school, at least. So I know I could have gone better, but just I didn't have a gym anywhere else to go to after that. But anyway, it is what it is. It wasn't even good quality equipment either at that school gym. It was pretty shit, but it did the job. So,
As long as it works. Hell.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think so.
I think we had the last 2 lessons we had between the guys in my class. We had like a competition for who could do the most weight and the most reps. So we'd go up from, I think we went up from 90 kilos and just kept going up. Oh no, it was do 10 reps of this weight, then we go up. Right, I remember.
Oh yeah.
And we did that,
used
so
to
it was 10 reps of
do-
that. Yeah.
We used to do burnouts, and I had never lifted weights in my life when I was in weight training. And by the time I took weight training, and by the time it was done, I was able to get through 3 sets of burnouts. And so I'm not going to convert it to kilos because I'm too lazy. But it's a 45-pound bar, and you have 5 5-pound plates on either end. And you do 10 reps. Someone takes off a plate from either side, 10 reps on until it's an empty bar. 20 reps, throw plates back on, all the way back up till it's 5. And you do 10 more reps, and you just keep going back and forth. And I think I was able to get through 2 or 3 of those, all the way off, all the way on, all the way off, all the way on, by the time I was done with weight training.
Right. I never really did anything like that. Mostly what I was doing was, I think it was once every 5 lessons, I would just up the weight throughout that year.
Yeah, we were supposed
I
to.
started really low, and it wasn't like I wasn't starting like really heavy where I could actually lift it really easily. Well, not. It was like a challenge, but I was starting low, and you build up that the stamina for it, I suppose, is what you call it. And then you would add to it, and you gain strength as you go through, and that's what I was doing. But yeah,
The way we would do it for like actual like weightlifting and like increasing your weight is you'd go in for the first week and you'd find your comfortable max, like the maximum you could comfortably lift, and then we'd do max weights on Fridays. So
Right.
you max out on Friday,
I suppose that's a better
record it
way of
all,
doing
and
it.
then
To
on
win.
Monday you take that max weight and you work that weight for that specific workout all the way through the next week until your next max. On your next
Yeah, no,
max,
that
you
makes sense,
find
yeah.
out how high you can comfortably go again. On Thursday, you'd find out how high you could comfortably go again. And on Friday, you do your maxes, and so on and so
Yeah.
forth.
Well, the idea I had with mine was, A, building strength, and the B, building stamina. So for doing it as long as you can, so I suppose you get more out of it instead of doing the maximum you can and then burning out really quickly. So it's, that's the idea I had for it, at least, and it worked for me. So, and I think I started like 80 something. I was not 80 something, like 70 something, I think. I wasn't that strong when I started that. And started high school.
When I started, I think
fucking
I
weak
was
shit.
at about 115 pounds.
What does that
And
convert to?
then
115.
I think it's about 60 kilos, 65 kilos.
52. Damn. Okay. Yeah, it's 52.
52, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't want to be on camera.
So I started at around 50 or so kilos, 115 pounds, and by the time, this is having never lifted free weights in my life, and then by the time the semester was done and weight training was over, I was benching, I think 20 pounds over my body weight, which was I think 145 at the time, so I was benching 165, and I was squatting, I think 4 times, squatting and deadlifting 4 times my body weight, having never lifted weights in my life. It was really cool.
So how much is that again? How much would you be doing in weight?
For bench, I think I maxed out at 165 by the time we were done.
Okay. Starting out from 52 and going up to 74 is,
Having never lifted weights.
yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good actually.
And then
I
going
think
from
I
a
was starting around
squat-
like 70 something, and then I went up to. Well, this was an entire year of doing this too.
Yeah, mine was only half the school year.
I wasn't. It mustn't have been.
Fucking, we had a calf raise
Kind of,
machine.
that definitely
and the-
cannot have been once every 5 lessons or something that I would go up the weight. It had to be more.
We had a calf raise machine, and the max weight on the calf raise was 525, and I was able to just do those consistently. Just get on, just whoop 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 whoop. After like a week or two of weight training, my teacher came over and was like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah." He's like, how are you able to do that comfortably?" He's like, "There's no way you're not doing it. There's no way you're doing it right." And so I showed him, and he's like,
You're doing it right.
"How?" I was like, "I've played basketball, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and I used to kayak a lot." He's like, "Oh,
That does it.
okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense."
Yeah. Kayaking's fucking fun. You get the right place anyway. Fucking don't you dare fall off and break. I'm gonna throw you over here so you don't. Yeah, I think I started around it was between 60 and 70, and in the entire year I went from that to 115, which was fucking just nuts. Which I think that turns out to be, so 115 is 253 pounds. So, yeah. And I think I did 10 reps of that on 2 separate lessons or something like that, I guess.
There's
So I would work out I would do like this shit as well, which I don't know what the fuck I
there
did with that, but I was
is
just doing bench press.
a live streamer playing War Thunder right now,
Mhm.
playing Air Arcade and Tanks, and he has 84 viewers. But at the same time, it's probably because he has drops on.
Yes.
Yep. That's why it has like 14,000 viewers at the moment.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Free
with
shit,
that
free
being said,
shit.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
right back. I gotta fix something. So.
Hi. Yeah, we were talking about that last night, and looking at how many viewers War Thunder actually has right now. And when I looked, it was 20.2k or something like that. Or like
Yeah,
on a
people-
normal time when there's no drops, that is
It's
not
barely,
that much.
It's barely 8. Barely
Yeah.
8 on a good day. Like a really good day. War Thunder is
Yeah.
a really niche market when it comes to viewership.
Which DCS is also. And it used to be you would see 10 in there consistently. Now you're lucky if you see one and a half in there. But there's not a whole lot of people streaming it either. You go in the DCS category and you might see 15 people max streaming it.
Yeah, and then you go over to like Minecraft and COD, and there's like 40, 50, 60,000, 80,000 people watching, and like
Right.
400 streams.
Right.
It's like, y'all need help.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to start off playing Minecraft when I started streaming, and then I was just kind of like, I'll never get seen here. And I was like, I really like War Thunder. I'll try streaming War Thunder, and I just kind of grew from that.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things. Like we were talking kind of about Gecko last night too. Enjoying what you're doing is probably one of the biggest parts of stream. You're not enjoying the game, you're just playing it because it's the popular game to be playing, then it's really not worth it, because you're not going
Which is why I moved away from War Thunder.
right? Yeah, you know, way the things roll sometimes. Trends change, your interests change, you get burned out on games. Oh god, I need to quit smoking at some point.
Well, that was easy to fix.
I was fucking smoking
Guess so.
this at the job today, and I inhaled saliva, and I started like coughing and like dying. And my mom's like, "See, that's what happens when you smoke." I'm like, "Shut up! I'm choking on saliva."
When people have little information on what you're actually doing.
She's like, "I wish you wouldn't do that." I'm like, "I'd rather do this than smoke weed. I can actually get a job while I smoke this shit." She's like, yeah, that's true.
Actually, oh, what the fuck? Not now. I'm on a podcast. Go away. Not to be so rude about it, but I can't do this right now. Not now.
Leave me alone. God, you say that now. A bunch of people are starting to message me.
That was so loud, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Anyway, that just threw me off topic. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about anymore.
Oh, we're just kind of all over the place today. Still confused.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
Shadow. Have you looked in the Patreon stuff on the Discord? The
right.
updates? Oh.
Oh yeah, I saw all those. I saw those. I want to look at mine. Delish.
Bose.
If I had the money, I would buy every single one.
Right.
But I don't have the money.
Yeah,
I'd definitely
Spartan.
buy the tapestry and find a way to hang it on the
Yeah,
wall. behind
there
me.
you go. Yep.
Spartan was talking about some crazy purchases.
So I added all the tapestries to a list and went, that's a lot of money.
I'm the
Oops.
broke boy. Oh wait, I am.
Already broke boy. So, go ahead
Have fun
and add
with the
those to the
horses.
store.
Bye, Gakko.
Store. Gecko's leaving. Have fun. Rest of your day. Try not to roll your ankle. Public. Should be. So, what are we talking about, kids?
Oh, I
Hooligans
thought you were
merch
bringing
store.
something up.
Well, I did just make them all public.
Oh,
Oh, the listings.
So, down here too. Doot, 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 doot. There we go. Ultra Spartan. Hoodies. Yeah. Guys has their own stuff. If my internet will load it all. On Jack. It fires his plane.
Hand hurts.
Hand hurts.
Hand hurt.
Why?
I'm tired, boy.
I'm tired, boy.
But like, not tired enough to sleep.
damn it, Shadow.
Burr, burr, burr. Merch, merch, merch. Buy the merch. Go buy the merch now.
Do it. Do it now.
I'm broke.
Yes. Oh, look, there's a new video up on YouTube.
Finally.
Yeah.
Only a few days late.
That's alright. Boom, boom, boom. Started today.
Oh, the prison map is out for beta testing for
I
Phasmophobia.
saw that was supposed to be coming up today.
Anyway, so it's not out. It's just beta test. You have to go to the beta
Yeah,
version.
you can opt into the beta version of the game.
Yeah, so Huey's gonna be
Right.
playing it.
He's gonna know all
Sakura.
the ins and outs of this map before I get to go on and play it.
Right.
Sakura's playing it right now.
Is she?
Oh yeah.
That little turd.
It looks good.
Let's have a look.
Ouch. Didn't want to look at that.
I think you just started a hunt as well with this one.
Huh?
With Sakura stream,
Oh,
she
the
just
video.
started a hunt.
Yeah.
I don't even want to try and bring that up.
Well,
You see
I mean, with the
map
way
in
it is
the-
now,
in the
all you have to
van.
do is bring it up in front of our faces.
Yes.
Or is it the download? Or the internet
internet
side of it.
speed.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine.
Let me.
I have the Hooligan stream paused because it's forced at 1080p 60 FPS.
Is it?
I got her on my phone.
Oh yeah, shit, it is forced.
Yeah, that's Bow's internet speed. Jesus.
Wait, you carried over Bow's
That's
settings?
what he has it set up for on the
On what?
on Twitch. I would guess.
No, it's set up through OBS itself, so it's whatever your OBS
Oh.
settings are set up.
Well, shit, I don't even. I'm not a streamer. I don't know what the hell I put in there.
Yeah, no, the resolution, bit rate, and everything like that's on OBS itself.
Well, that's probably why
all
I'm
that
dropping so
stuff.
many frames.
Well, it's fine because it's not a game, so it's not gonna
Right.
be blurry or whatever. It looks fine as it is.
Cross your fingers.
But I have no idea what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to get that set up differently.
Oh, this works. So what about these fucking drops? I haven't got the second one yet.
I didn't look at them. I don't really care about any of them, I don't think.
It looks like the second one, at least if they keep the shape, like if the cutout of the aircraft is correct, is like a P-40 or something. For whom I don't know. It's either a P-40 or some like Russian design. That's what it looks like to me. But
Shadow.
What?
I just saw what you typed on Sakura's stream. So
But anyway,
that's what we were
have had-
kind of talking about earlier too. Is so like other games are one item per day that you get.
Right.
So that's why I was asking you about it earlier to see if it was the same as those games.
Oh, with War Thunder, at least with the first drops, people got all 4 drops in the first stream they watched, like within a few hours.
It was all randomized, and you could watch for 10
Literally
minutes and get all of them.
RNG.
Like I know of someone who watched like 5 minutes of a stream and all of them straight through gone. I'm like, what the
Jesus.
fuck? I left.
I
a
don't
stream
think
open
watching
for 12
multiple
hours.
streams. I don't think watching multiple streams gives you an advantage.
It's watch time.
Is it watch time?
Yeah, it's counted under watch time. So you gotta watch a stream or streams for apparently for the first one it was 1 to 2 hours for the snail thing, which was correct, but 10 to 12 hours for the vehicle. I'm well over that.
No.
Well, that's what Leo's was saying, and that's what I was kind of looking at.
I refuse to fucking do that.
But yeah, no, I haven't received the tank yet, but I've seen multiple people with it.
It's such an
And I
ugly
have-
skin.
I have 4 streams up there on that screen while we're doing this. And I have
Oh my
Logan
god.
stream and Sakura stream here too. So I have like 6 streams running right now.
If only. Internet.
Oh, I'm gonna miss this internet when I move.
I'm not gonna miss this internet when I move out because it's gonna be way better.
Right. Can't wait till the fiber gets put in for here.
I will never have fiber. They refuse to lay it. Like,
Why?
it says, like they say, like companies advertise saying fiber's available in my area, and then I put in my address, and they're like, oh, not for you. It's like, cool, fuck you.
Huh. That's screwy. Yeah, no, the local internet company here is actually doing the whole county. They're laying fiber over 5 years and put in all the infrastructure for our fiber this past summer. So, hopefully.
Just wish that our government would put the actual required funding into, give us good internet.
Right.
Get rid of fucking all the bullshit that we don't need and put that in. Because there are so many countries with so much better internet. And ours costs a fucking arm and a leg to get what we've already got. It's bullshit.
Yeah, Xfinity likes to rob their customers blind, essentially. They're like, hey, you want our service? We'll have this promo for like a year, and then don't get notified when it runs out and pay $20 extra a month for the internet that you have. It's like, cool, thanks.
Some
Appreciate it.
bullshit.
Lucky.
I
Some
greatly
of them,
appreciate the middle finger.
some of them give you half price for a year and then don't let you know that it's your year's up.
Ours don't even notify us if they're going to take the net down for fucking maintenance. They just go, no internet now.
Yes, we have experienced
it.
this multiple times with you.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Oh, there goes Spartan. 5 minutes later, when you're done being pissed off about it and get on your phone, internet go boom.
4 hours later, he still doesn't have internet.
On multiple fucking occasions, and that it fucking infuriates me. It's like, what is this? Why don't you have, okay, so this is the main area, why don't you just fucking back that up to like a second line that's probably not as good, but like, at least you have fucking internet at that time, right?
Right.
While you do maintenance on the main line. It's like, fuck off. Just do things smartly instead of, don't, what?
Backdrop.
Backdrop? Well, shit. Hold This chair is bigger, so it's like able to like move.
Yeah, you hit it with the chair.
I just completely collapsed. It's all gone now.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Stand up.
Ugh, I gotta stand up.
Gonna have to get that tapestry.
Fucking oath, right? I don't know if Shadow ever heard the idea that I came up with for that.
I don't think so.
Think so.
So my thought on it was I could get all of them together, right? Sew them together or some shit, and then just hang them up in the background instead of this bullshit.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, but he was talking about the big one, which is 5 feet wide.
No. That was for the wall.
Oh yeah.
Fucking.
When I
Stay
have
up,
an
you
apartment, I want a 2-bedroom so I can have like a stream room, and I'm gonna set my desk up so that it's like jutting out of the wall, so I have like a hard wall behind me.
Right.
So I can like have shelves or whatever, or I can put like posters and stuff behind me. So I'll probably
Right.
have it far enough
Kind of
away
like
to
what
see the
Kiwi had for a
tapestry.
bit.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I've actually never watched one of Kiwi's.
Because he doesn't stream that much recently. Like,
No, but I've actually never even gone on his channel to look.
he's like streamed once or twice in the last like 6 months. At least. I think 6 months anyway. Fuck this bullshit, it's annoying to put up. It is what it is. Fuck it. Yeah, but it reaches the ground, and the star for this chair fucking is much bigger than the other one, so it like grabs onto it and slowly pulls it down if I
Right.
move back like this.
Right.
It's not on the ground now because I wouldn't want it to be on the fucking ground, but you know.
My chair is as far back as I can comfortably push it and still be able to lean and like rock with it.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like it's so like the space between the edge of my desk and my bed behind me, like that's just my chair's touching my desk now. It's wedged between the frame of the bed and my desk, and I'm not turned fully to like stand straight up out of the chair.
Fucking A.
I can weasel it to be 90-ish degrees. There. Now we're 90 degrees. Like I could stand straight up if I wanted to.
Well then.
Works for me.
Hey, as long as
If
it's
it works.
comfortable for you. Get to
I
business.
just care about the chair being comfortable.
Now what? It's just sort of
I don't know.
silent.
I have
I
no
don't-
clue.
no idea. No idea whatsoever.
My
Oh,
brain
well.
don't work.
Sort of. In silence. In silence.
Hmm.
New game.
Oh, right. Yes.
Rather enjoyable.
It's fun. It's definitely a fun game.
When we played last night, did we have a full lobby?
Yeah, you guys had-
Yes, we did.
It was.
Yeah.
You,
That means
We
I
had
ate.
Sakura. We had Sakura,
Sakura.
Crow.
Crow and Puds.
But
That means I had an ace.
Puds.
I don't fucking know.
I know. I know.
I
It's
don't
Puds.
know anymore.
Yes. Yes. Killed 5 people.
That was a fun game, and I wish I recorded it.
Yeah, I might have to record some of
I'm
those
still
as
super
we're
pissed
playing.
that my fucking Shadowplay keeps getting fucking turned off on it.
I don't know. Your shadow play's been acting up for a while now.
My Shadowplay always acts up.
Shadow, I don't know if I showed you this.
You show him the clips.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pause my Spotify too while we're here. Shadow? Right there.
Hmm?
So I'm on a balcony and she's hunting me.
Gecko.
Yes.
He's got the camo bush on.
Yep. I'm throwing rocks to see if I can make a sound go over the distance so she can go and investigate. And she's not buying it. I keep throwing them. And then I'm like, oh shit.
Gecko, why is there a bush on this balcony?
To be fair, if you don't look at it properly, it looks like a
And right there, she's
It looks
looking
like a-
back
like a
up at the
plant.
balcony.
yeah. She's looking up and she comes up and actually goes, oh shit, and does the attack, and I just flashbang and run as she do. But here's another one. Fuck, that was loud.
That thing,
But,
that Jack in the Box thing is so fucking loud.
Yeah, it is. Because if you're not expecting it and you don't know what
Yeah.
it looks like, it's like, oh fuck.
It's jump scared me a few times.
Watch this.
So it's raining and I'm setting off those. Because it's like a visual stimulus or something, I don't know, like lights. And I just go run. Back away slowly.
That was like when you and I left the house, Spartan, and I was like, oh, I want to do something, and I went to round the corner to go let the dog out, and I was looking right at Rock. I was like,
And we just froze. We just froze. And ran by us. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, it's a fucking fun game.
It is. I enjoyed the fact that somebody is actually portraying the monster too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, it the best way to describe it is a better version. Well, once there's more content to it, I guess a better version of Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Once there's more content to it, there's more maps, there's more creatures, I guess. Different types of objectives. That game would, at least in my eyes, surpass Dead by Daylight.
Oh, for sure.
Be a better game. Yeah. And I just hope that the development team on this, or the whoever, if it's just one guy or a couple of guys, want to keep going with this because it's a good game.
I actually haven't looked at any of the notes for it. They have.
I just hope they add more creatures or something that with different abilities. Maybe the vision is still fucked, like it is, but add more abilities. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could change up a few things in it.
Maybe like I said, you add like a little sonar type ability, so you don't see them moving in one fluid motion, but you see them, and that's only alive for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, being like a stop motion type thing.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
1 second. Or if they add, like say Phasmophobia, you have certain achievements you have to get. So, like finding the Jack in the Box in every house, setting off fireworks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Could be different achievements for the survivors.
Like optional objectives. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that'd be cool actually.
But that is kind of like getting into the armory too. Which that siren, when you tried that last night, I was like,
fuck that, I'm running.
Shit, that's loud.
I'm out. I was like, I'm gonna have one go at this thing. I went 84 for some unknown reason. I pressed the button and went. I'm like, fuck that. I'm out.
When you got the armory wrong.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm out of here. I'm not staying close to this damn thing. And I think as I spun to the right, did a 180 and just bolted that way, the monster went boom, past me. I thought, good. I'm staying. I'm out of here. I ain't staying here. I don't know. No, that was fun last night. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Definitely, I do like playing it. And I don't mind switching between that and Phasmophobia. That's a little more chill.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not so stressful. Trying to get all that shit.
Yeah, which one's the stressful one you're talking about? Phasmophobia
In silence. In silence.
Well,
with like the
yeah.
timer in silence, you get to that last 5 minutes and you go back to the car or you check on the car. You just were at the car and you're like, fuck, we still need a bunch of shit. You know, where the hell's this? We still haven't found the car key. Holy crap.
So every 5 minute point, so like 10 and 5, I go back to the car. I probably shouldn't be saying this in case you're the fucking hunter, but
No.
I go back to the car and check on people, see if people are there, see what parts we need, and if I've got something, I'll put it on there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll change up my timing, so you don't know.
Well,
when I'm
no.
gonna be there.
What I normally do is I'll go out and I'll like go to a house in a tent, and if I find something, then I will go back.
Immediately bring it back. Yeah.
I'll go back to the car.
Well, you still know where the car is.
Right.
Well, that's the
'cause
thing,
You
like,
kind of have your bearing as to where the car was.
I think I understand at the moment how the map layout is. So from
Right.
one of the doors of the barn, it's either side of the barn,
Right.
or yeah. So
And
it's,
that would be something else that they could change for the game too. Randomize the map.
random, more or less just randomize where the car spawns.
And that's
so you
it's supposed to
remember.
be that way.
It's not.
I thought.
It's
I
not.
thought that's what I
'cause
read in it, but oh
Each
well.
game we
What?
had last night, as a survivor, I ran the same way, and it was the same position for the car every time.
Huh.
Yeah, because when I was like, oh, I'm the guide, I'm like, well, I can be a little bit more careless when it comes to running around because I can go straight back to the car. But without the guide ability, I'm just like, well, I'll come from that way. If I just loop back around this way, take a different path back, I'll end up back at the car. Or if I get stunned, if I get attacked and I stun, I'll just beeline the car, which is what I did in the last point. Because I was like, he's gonna find me anyway, right?
Uh-huh.
So I just stood up in front of him and went, "Hey," and he attacked me, and I had like 2 stuns after. I had one stun after that. I just beelined the fucking car.
I heard you. You're like, thanks, I needed that,
a lot.
and you took off.
You were upstairs, like, thanks, I needed that.
Yeah.
Which the funny thing about that is, the ability I had to back that up was I run faster longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he wouldn't keep up with me on
the-
that after that too.
Fear of death or something like that.
Yeah, fear of death. Yeah, that's what it was. I had the fear of death ability, and I ran from inside the barn all the way to the car and just run out of the ability. Is how long it keeps you active for.
Nice.
So I was like, fuck yeah, thanks, I needed that. Off we go, put the last piece, got in the car, and went, okay, now we're waiting.
Yeah. Then you fuckers drove off as soon as I got to the car.
Hey, I didn't press
didn't
the
even
button.
let me get in. I know. I was like, fuck.
I was watching, and I see the monster.
The monster was standing right there.
Yeah, the monster at the car, and we were having a conversation with the creature. It was fucking great. And then I see you run up, and the car goes and go. I'm like, you just left
Well,
rocks behind.
The only thing that saved me is I had the ability that if the gate is open, that I run faster. Yeah.
Oh.
That I run
okay.
faster when the gate's open.
Wait, so if you don't get in the car,
You can still
As
run
in-
out the
You
gate.
can leave
leaving,
if everybody
you
else
can still-
leaves. Yeah.
you can
As
still
long as
play.
it-
So it plays. It goes until the last person's out
And
and fine.
yeah, until they're dead or,
Okay,
or they're
okay.
good. Yeah.
So it's
Or the timer
like
runs out.
But that
It's-
was
it's like Dead
last
by Daylight.
minute too.
yeah, it's like
that
Dead by
we were on.
Daylight. So you basically everyone escapes and you're the last one. And it keeps going until the last person's out or dead. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That's cool. I like that. Because I didn't think that. I think that the game
The-
just went, "Hey, you win now."
The nice
That's what I
thing
thought
is
was what
too.
happened.
The nice thing is too is so say one person, say everyone's alive, but one person grabs the car, or is able to grab the car because they fix it and they escape with it.
That's an
And
automatic
no
win still
one-
if you die, right?
Well, if no one else leaves within the time limit, you still win because you technically
The car-
escaped.
The car's gone. Yeah.
Someone escaped. Like when I went through the gate last night, it said you escaped.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I like that. That's a thing, actually.
yeah, I think he was kind of confused because I ran right up next to him. He's standing at the side of the car, and you guys are all in the car, and I'm like, I'm here, and I pushed E, and it goes, you. There goes the car. Fuck! Run after the car, and he's
Yeah,
like,
I hear that.
what
Did
that happen?
I hear that I'm here as I hear the car start and take off. I'm like, bye, Rock. No, that was a fun one, that game, because basically
It was.
until whoever pressed the button yeeted us out the gate in the car, we were just waiting for you. I don't know
Yeah.
why that person decided to go, because I didn't press it. I don't know who the fuck was in the car with me. I really
I
don't
think
remember.
It
if you
was
sit in the car long enough, it'll go automatically too.
Akura-
No, because we
Akura,
had
Gecko,
the
and you,
car-
I think. I think that's who it was.
I don't know.
Because I think Puzz was I think that was
Yeah,
the game right
yeah.
after Crow left, and then Puzz was the monster. Oh, what was he calling himself last night? Doctor
The
Oh,
doctor
my God.
hairdresser or
Doctor
something, I think.
something. Dr.
It was something
Barber.
with it.
Dr. Barber.
Dr. Barber.
Oh, dude, you would have cracked your ass up last night, Shadow.
Oh,
Woods was
shit.
running around. He's like, I just want to give you hugs, the most comfortable hugs of your life.
Who wants a haircut?
Or maybe some
Who wants-
surgery.
Yeah, he was
I'm
just
like,
walking around
dude,
doing that.
This guy's enjoying this shit a little too much.
Right, there was a like I said after that game, there was one point where I was like Gecko and I were sticking together, right?
Right.
And she starts laughing. I'm like, I'm gonna have to ditch you. Sorry, bye. I ran away because she
Right.
was just laughing so much.
And then she was playing the monster and talking to her chat with the mic open.
It's even better because she runs by like, oh yeah, I know, blah blah blah. She'll say something and just
Yeah.
get out
she's
of
just
proximity
going
range.
by.
She's just talking.
Mhm.
It was so good.
You can't hear because she's talking. No, like-
I'm just like, there was one point where she was talking to I don't know who the fuck she was talking to. She was talking to someone in chat, but she ran through me. I was like, yep.
Beep.
She wasn't paying attention. I went back to that point in the VOD earlier too, and she just like walked through me, and she wasn't looking at the game. She was looking up at the OBS. I was like, I'll take it.
Oh.
I'll take it.
Just checking out chat.
Yeah,
Seeing what chat's doing.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Oh."
that last one, when there were 2 or 3 of us at least by that tent, and I was sitting there on the outside of the tent, and she came and she walked right by me, and she went through the tent, and then she started running, and I go, Gecko. And I just stood there, and she stopped, and she was looking around and looking around. I just started throwing rocks.
Yeah, I think you did that to me at one point. Oh no!
Yeah.
No, actually, no. That's what I
No.
remember. I ran past you at that point. I heard you say Gecko. I was like, wait, where's Rock? Where did Rock go? Because I was running by a house, and I hear Gecko, and I hear the footsteps.
Yeah.
Stop! I'm like, I'm not staying here. Where's Rock? Oh, that was good.
It is
That's a
hilarious.
fucking
I the only thing that I would like to see is maybe the bear trap stops the monster for like 3 seconds or something like that, because it's like 1 second,
Yeah.
and the bear
I
trap.
thought it
is
stopped
like
it until they looked
2
down
uses.
and destroyed it.
No, they can walk through it twice and then it disappears.
For what? Bear traps?
The bear
Yeah.
trap, yeah,
Yeah, it just
Okay.
slows them down.
yeah. It like stops them
I-
for a second, and then then you can walk again.
I kind of wish it would actually stop them for a bit, so you can run through
Yeah.
one, and then have the monster step on it, and then just run away.
Right, because that's what I'll do. If I have a bear trap, I'll set it by the entryway to a house or something like that and go explore the
that's
house.
exactly what I was doing. The last game we played last night with that, I was setting the traps that I found. I only found like 3 traps, and I set them in 3 different houses at the main entrances out the front. And on one of them, as I said it, I walked upstairs and I hear ching. I thought, "Fuck, I'm out. Time to leave."
Where's the other door? Zoom.
I was upstairs, so I just yeeted off the balcony and
Yeah.
out. I was gone. But I said it, turn around, get halfway up the stairs, and it's
Oh, I forgot.
oh,
I
shit.
did that last night too. So I don't remember if it was Gecko or if it was Puts that was the monster. I was upstairs on the balcony and the monster came in and I was looking in the house and the monster, I don't know if they actually saw me or not. They started walking towards the balcony door though. So I just walked off the balcony backwards and then walked towards the house and just crouched. And they jumped down. I turned around and I started throwing rocks off to the side and they ran off that way. I was like, fuck yes, God.
shit.
It was hilarious. I love playing that game. It's pretty fun.
It's fun. It is.
I just the volume of the lightning
Yes.
and the screeching. They could
The
take
volume
knock
of
that down.
everything. The volume of everything needs adjusting, whether it be up or down. Just to
The fucking the
not
crash of the
deafening.
thunder always scares me when it comes in.
it doesn't. Well, yeah. I guess last night,
It's-
the last game we had, it rained. I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it's a jump scare because you're not ready for it, and it's just all of a sudden, bam! You're like, fuck.
Well, your ears are
Funny
peeled
enough.
for noise, whether or not you're the
Right.
the
Yeah.
hunter.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're listening for
Then
the
crash.
monster walking
Oh,
at you,
shit.
right?
Now, funny enough, while you're inside a house, obviously it's muffled sound, and it's actually where it should be when you're outside. I think in a house when it does the lightning or the thunder, I suppose it's about where it is. It's a little bit more muffled, but it could be turned down a little bit. But it's about
Yeah.
where it should be for when you're outside and it goes off.
So say drop the outside 15% and drop it in the house 25%.
Yeah.
From
Yeah, pretty much.
100. I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty good actually. Yeah. Unless I was just thinking about the fireworks and how they work. Unless you're at a great distance, they're not really, a useful item when the monster's like right next to you. I was just sort of thinking about that. So I
No.
suppose you keep it in your inventory for when you're on the other side of the map and there's no point you know exactly where the monster is unless it's right in front of you or runs by you.
Or if you know that it's maybe. See now.
Were you gonna say
I
at least
think
if you
it'd be-
knew if it's camping in the car or something? Or
Yeah, so like if you knew the monster was somewhere and you wanted to go that way, you could set off the fireworks, basically run perpendicular to the fireworks and the monster
I suppose.
to get to where you wanted to go. I think it'd be kind of cool if instead of that big box of fireworks, you had like a
Individual
Roman
crackers, I
candle,
Throw.
like a Roman candle that you could hold and shoot it at the monster or something, and it doesn't hurt them, but it's
But it blinds
disorienting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a flashbang to them.
A little thing I think would be cool for that is, it's like the fireworks things, but you know those, I don't know what the fuck they're called. You throw them on the ground and they go pop.
Oh, like snappers, what we call them.
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah, like that, something like that. Because if you're going to go as far as having fireworks as abundant as they are, then that sort of shit's going to be, more.
Well, and see, that's kind of the thing too. I've been setting the items to high, so we could set
Oh.
it to medium and start
Okay.
playing that way.
Well,
And it's
the
gonna be
items
more
the way
difficult.
they are perfect for having as many players as we have, I think, because
We've had mostly a
especially
full
with the
lobby
way
though
we've been
too.
playing. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The way it's been going has been fine, I think.
Right.
Because the way at least the people that we've been playing with have been playing, there's not
Right.
always like fireworks going off or TVs going. It's we're just more or less trying to be quiet.
Well, here's the thing. So, say we take that down to medium and we boost the time up from 15 minutes to 20 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I do want a little bit more time on it, I think. On
Yeah,
top of that
it gets
one. 20
it
minutes,
gets
I think, is a
kind of
perfect
rushed
amount
at the.
of time.
It gets
Yeah.
rushed in 15 minutes especially if you're looking for the one fucking key somewhere in one of the drawers and one in the house. Like, fuck.
Yeah, but at the same time, remember how on one of them we found fuel, battery, and tires, basically all in the
yeah.
one place.
Yeah, in the
And
one
en-
tent.
and enough
I'm like,
tires to-
fuck.
Fix it up too. We're just like, what the
Right.
fuck? It was a
Right.
tent, and then the house passed it. It was
Yeah.
tires at the tent. There was two of them there.
Mhm.
I picked up one. I think you got two. I went straight onto the house. I found a battery. And then whoever was followed me to the house found fuel, and I was like,
I think it was Gecko was with you. Was
yeah.
tagging you
And then
that
we just
game.
took that straight back to the car, and all we needed was a fucking key, and that was that round that we couldn't find the fucking key.
Yeah. Sakura found it like in the last minute.
Yeah, the last house at like the 10-second mark, I think she said, was
Yeah.
the time she found that key, and there was just no time to get back to
That's-
the car and go.
That's the thing. You gotta look at it and go, okay, so I need to check every drawer in every dresser and every
Oh.
cabinet in the house.
One house I went through 3 fucking times
Yeah. you
and
said
left
that last night.
everything open when I was done with it, just to mark that I'd done it.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck. I went through another house like twice, but I mustn't have opened everything because all the houses are different in the way their cabinets work and everything, and I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're like higher up, like houses, more expensive houses, I suppose you can put it up as. There's a mansion type one. It's a smaller one, but it's a two-story made out of fucking red brick.
Yeah, the
And
red
that
brick
one,
one.
it's like a posh one. That's what
Right.
it looks like. It looks really good. But yeah, no, that one's got a lot of shit in it. That one.
Yes. Yes. It's
yeah.
got the big dining room, kitchen area, and then upstairs it's got a desk as you come up the stairs, and then there's
Yeah, I think
the
that's one.
armoire in each one, and there's, I think, dressers in 2 of the bedrooms. Or one,
Well, I
the
think
one, the one bedroom has the vanity and the dresser in it, and then the other room, I think, upstairs is a bathroom. If I
Yeah,
remember right.
yeah. That's right. And that's the one that I was like, oh, that took me ages to go through, and I didn't, from what I was looking through, I didn't find anything. But at the same time, I don't know if I looked through everything on that one because
Right.
it's such a big house with a lot of areas.
The
in
dresser, the dresser or the desk in the bedroom. I think it's a desk. Yeah, it's a desk because it has drawers on both sides and it has a wide drawer in the center. So there's 3 drawers on each side and the center one.
Yeah, there's a.
I went in
Fucking
one
feel-
house last night and I looked in that dresser or the desk and there were 3 batteries. There were 2 batteries on one side and 1 battery on the other side. I'm like, I don't need these. I do not need batteries. I need a fucking key.
There was what was I think I walked into that house with the garage like offset to the left side of the main door. It's got the 2 metal frame shelving
Yes.
units.
Yeah,
in
with the
it,
shelves. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I found 3 pieces of fuel and fireworks and a trap all in that one area.
Jesus
In that one
Christ.
Yeah. I went, what the fuck?
I need more pockets.
We need 1 bit of fuel
Right.
and that's it. because I already had fireworks on me. Well, fucking hell.
Well, you set the fuel down on top of the fireworks, then you light the fireworks and you go.
I wish that worked. Create like
That
a
would
big
be
ass
awesome.
bonfire or some shit.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Set the cornfield on fire.
It's a great place.
Oh,
to
I
hide.
know. I want that. You know, as
Would
you set part of it on fire just as a distraction, and then it like rains or some shit.
Puts it out.
And I suppose it'd be very, very coincidental, but you have it rain, you have it burn for a few minutes, and then how rain comes in and it has it put out. So have the rain as you know, common as it is, in normal games, but when it does rain, have it put it out, so it's not so blinding to the monster to run up to the barn, because the barn is a dangerous place to be. So if it's blinding, the light is blinding inside the barn, a little bit blinding inside the barn, so it's not so easy to see them. Maybe that would be a good thing, because there's on that side there's the door entrance, and I think
There's a balcony
another
up above.
up the top. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
there's a
if-
balcony above it.
yeah. If you could make part of being up there a little bit blinding to the monster, it would be a little bit more of a safe haven ish for survivors to run through, I guess. If that was put on fire, if you put fireworks and gas in the cornfield.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go eat food.
yeah.
Fair enough.
We're about done here anyway. I mean, we're running up on 2 hours, so.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
See you later, Shadow.
But yeah, that is an idea I think could work.
Well, I would say, okay, so even if you didn't do the fire and rain thing, how about you do if you do set the fire, it burns for 45 seconds. Burns itself out.
Yeah. But there is a lot of
Instead of the big gas can, have a small gas can that you can do that with.
separate items for it. So
Yeah. So you have the
so-
big gas
so in-
can that
yeah.
say holds 3 times as much as a small gas can. So you can fill up the car with the big gas can, or you get 3 small gas cans and fill up the car. And you can take the small
Yeah.
gas can and put it on top of the fireworks and create a firebomb.
So with that, I would suggest replacing the models for those. So instead of the red model that we've got now for the fuel, we just have a like a jerry can fucking thing, right? So it's like a
Yeah,
full
so you
size
could
item.
Yeah, you could definitely. Well, I mean, like here, you can get like the one that's in the game is like a 5-gallon gas can that you can get at any store here. They have 1-gallon cans too. So you have a 1-gallon can or you have a 5-gallon can.
So what I was gonna go with that thought is that the one that's already in game, make that the one that's make fire,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get the jerry
And then
can
the
that's
jerry
actually
can that's the metal one
the
that's
fuel.
yeah.
Fuel. for the
You can do
car,
that.
kind of stuff. That would be, an interesting way of doing it. Or
Oh, yeah.
it's I suppose it's more, I don't know what the word is. Linked to the car, I guess, to have the jerry can as the fuel.
Right.
I don't know.
Or well, you could also have they change the car model to a Jeep type car, which it kind of is kind of like a Grand Cherokee type thing.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, actually.
Jerry can?
like a cross between like an old
So,
Ford
like-
and or something. That's what they've
So-
done there, I think.
Put an empty gas can on the car to start, but you have to fill that gas can to fill the car.
Damn. That would be interesting.
Instead of
So you
searching
would-
around the map
so-
and just finding a full one.
Yeah. So instead of sacrificing it for starting that fire, in case you don't find more, well, I suppose
Right.
you'd have to have enough items to.
So you get
You
the empty
find one,
gas
but you
can to start with the
sacrifice it to do
car.
that. Yeah.
Right. So you get the empty metal jerry can to start the game. You have to fill that up with 3 of the small cans. But if you find a small can in a fireworks, you can set the firebomb.
Mhm.
But the little ones won't fill up the car. You have to put them in the big can in order to fill up the car.
Yeah.
Ideas.
That kind of creates a thing though. You could have in public games with that idea. Trolls going around with the sole intention of just getting all the red cans and just blowing them the fuck up. Or starting fires with it and running out of fuel, I guess.
Well, that's a risky take, though, too.
Unless you have a select, like, set of spawns for a tank that you have to go refuel from and bring it back. So it's an unlimited supply of fuel for that. But
or instead of doing that, you can have small cans that are fuel for the car, gasoline, and other cans that are like kerosene, like little small propane tanks that you could set that on top of that's the one that'll create the fireball on the fireworks.
So it's separated things. You can't use the
it doesn't work in the car, right?
For that. Yeah. Okay. That's even better.
So you could do that. Yeah.
I do think that the fuel side of that does need to be extended a little bit more as a task. I think that's
right.
It's a little too easy just to, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stand there for a couple of seconds at the car to fill it up, but other than that,
that's the hard part.
Yeah, you find it, get back to the car, and you hope the monster's not going to find you at the car going glug 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 glug. Ah, fuck, I'm dead.
I think at one stage I ended up. I had fuel on me. Someone else had fuel on them. It was the three of us had fuel, but someone had already filled up the tank, but we didn't know. And we came back to the point there, and there was just 3 gas cans fucking sitting around the car. I'm like, all right.
That may have been one where I found fuel right away. That may have been the one where I found fuel right away and ran back to the car. But then I got killed, so.
Yeah, that might have been it, because we had like 3 cans on the side of the car, and we're like, well, this doesn't need fuel.
Yeah, because like the first thing I do is I look left and right from the car and go, okay, is there a tent nearby? Run to that tent, see if I can find anything in that tent.
Well, like I said, for every time the game started, at least last night when we were playing, we're in the same place. So I know that left past the armory is a tent, and
now the armory wasn't in the same.
Is a building.
The armory wasn't in the same spot every game last night, though.
I feel like it was, because I ran past it multiple times in the same place from the car.
Because there was at least one of the games, it was from the car. It was towards the back of the map on the right-hand side.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Because it wasn't close. It wasn't by that tent on the left. It was over to the right-hand side. It was actually closer to one of the house that's over on the right-hand side than a tent that was over there. The tent was a little bit further back from the house. So
strange.
Yeah, I think randomizing the map.
But have like stages of it, so you can kind of find your way around. So you have like 4 or 5 different randomizations of it, but you can figure out kind of which one it is.
Yeah. Don't just like make it
so
super random.
Have a layout.
Change the layout just a little, just enough. So you would have to kind of rely on the guide a little more.
Yeah, until you've played like, I don't know, 150 hours of the game.
Right.
So you know all the layouts.
Which may only take us a week or so.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of little improvements that you could make to that game, and a few other games too that would just make it that much better, you know?
These are only like just thoughts, players' thoughts, I guess. Which
Right.
I know Phasmophobia kind of took that until he said no.
Well,
Some of the things on board.
apparently he did get 2 other people working with him now.
Oh shit! Well, there you go.
That's what somebody said the other day. I don't remember who it was. So now it's a 3-person team instead of just a single guy, which is nice.
Well, that's good. It's really good. Yeah. It's probably why this one came out so quickly into the beta mode.
I wouldn't
guess.
doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
But no, at least from the beginning, I thought I heard about him taking on ideas or some small changes from the community.
A lot of it he was saying, no, we're
good.
not going to do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of it was that, and then some of them he did take on, because I noticed there was one that I know someone suggested. I don't know, I no fucking idea what it was, but it ended up being in one of the latest patch notes from the last couple weeks, I think. And I was like, oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, I think he kind of realized after he got kind of a bunch of flack about
he's like,
him
come on,
being
man,
the only dev and not
it's like,
necessarily improving it.
This is your idea. This is your thing that you're building. But if
you want to keep it alive, right?
If some of it doesn't work and people don't like that and they start talking shit,
they're gonna fall off real quick. Yeah. And if you do care about your project that much, then you would listen to the community and go, okay, yeah, I need some help to get some of this stuff going properly. Yeah,
exactly. And I'm hoping that the In Silence devs do that, but don't listen to everyone. Don't listen to every little complaint.
Yeah,
listen to a collective of ideas that more than one person has.
Right.
I guess is a thing that you need to follow. If you have say you got 100 people and you get 75 people say, yes, we need this as a thing. Well,
right.
There you go. That's
that goes on the list and you start working on that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be great if as players you would have that type of input with devs and they would actually pay attention to that more often than they do. Yeah. Shh, I'm not talking about that one.
I'm looking up at the right monitor going right now, and I'm just like, there's one developer I wish that would do that, but yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, no,
that's what you need. I know, and going into that now, I'm actually going to mention War Thunder. The game will die in the next couple years, at least.
Well, I think
they keep going the way they're going.
Right. The interest is just going to fall off because it's the same thing and the same stuff happens over and over again. So...
Have you seen the game pop up recently called Project Wingman, I think?
No, I haven't.
It's at first when I looked at it, I swore it was War Thunder until I noticed the way the camera was working around in the game. I thought, fuck, it's not War Thunder, because the funniest way to fucking pick it up is when you're in a plane in War Thunder and roll over, the camera doesn't follow you through that. Right?
Right. You see the belly of the plane.
That picked it over. When I looked at that plane, I thought it was a model from War Thunder. When I looked at the graphics, I thought it was a new graphics from War Thunder's recent update. I swear it was that. But it was a quick look at it.
Right.
No, that's not how that goes. That's a different name too.
Right.
So I'm gonna look into it a little bit more, but I'm kind of thinking that at this stage, this might be a competitor to War Thunder, and I'm fucking hoping it is, because if it's going to push them to do some more shit and start listening to people that know what they're talking about. Because I've been through this 100 times before. They don't listen to anyone but themselves.
Right. And that's kind of what I was hoping is going to happen with the DCS spin-off Mac, that some people who are tired of the Gaijin War Thunder stuff that keeps happening, that they may go over to something like that and take that small step up into a different type of a sim and get more enjoyment out of something like that, because it seems like the guys at Eagle Dynamics do pay attention to what people are saying. They try and get things as fixed as fast as they possibly can. You know, it's a matter of they have a single player and they have a multiplayer. So I think they do most of their testing on single, because like the 120s in singles never had an issue in single player.
Right, that makes
But
sense. Yeah.
in multiplayer, they would not track. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
And it might have something to do with the coding within the game for like tracking
Yeah.
the targets,
then-
whether it's a player. It might go. Oh, I suppose that wouldn't be an issue because I shoot down blue all the time within our games. But
Right.
I was just thinking, like, maybe it's like a blue on blue issue where it counts a player as a friendly, no matter what side they're on. But
yeah,
it's
no,
not
it
that
was just-
because it still wouldn't make the
it-
missiles go.
Yeah,
like
well,
that,
and it
okay.
wasn't just 120s either with one of the patches.
Yeah.
All the missiles were jacked for, I think it
Oh
was
yeah, I
about a
remember
week
jumping on
before
and
they figured
firing
that
a
out.
9X at I don't know what the fuck I fired it at, but it went out around and just went straight to the ground. I thought, what the fuck?
Right?
All right, guess I'm not playing today because I think I launched two X's and two 120s and it just didn't. I thought, no, I'm not gunsing every
Well,
fucking bandit I come across. Fuck that.
And there was one point in there where you couldn't see the missiles if you tried to hit F6 to track your weapon,
Oh really?
track your missiles as it was going. Yeah, you'd hit F6 and there would be nothing there, and you're like, I don't hear
Well,
it, I
shit.
don't see it. It's just a
And then
camera
it
moving
comes up on
across
a
the
plane.
map.
Comes up on a plane.
You would never even you wouldn't even ever
No?
see it. You weren't anywhere near the missile. The
Oh.
tracking spot
Oh,
for the
that
camera
bad,
was
huh?
off somewhere. Yeah, it
That
was
bad,
weird.
huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn.
So yeah, it was strange. Missiles were missing quite a bit at that point too. So there was something. They had a couple of bugs there for a while with the missiles in DCS, but you know, like I said, they're pretty good about getting on it and working on it. And as much as I hate the downloads because of the way they're done, I'm glad they do them
Yeah.
as often as they do.
Yeah, yeah. And that's something I will forever fault War Thunder for. When an issue is known, it takes them for fucking ever to fix it, if they
Right.
are even going to fix it in the first place.
Right.
Because there was this thing called the muck bug, right? So you get between 0.85 and 0.95. When you pull positive, it'll just start doing this,
Oh jeez.
throwing you at the ground. You couldn't. The aircraft that I was flying the most at the time, I couldn't touch and fly properly for about 2 months because of that bug. Everyone was talking about it, and they said, we're working on it. I thought, no, you're fucking not, because it's not that hard to fix this sort of thing.
Right.
It's in this part of the thing here. Whatever you did here, revert it, and that's it. But they just 2 months I couldn't fly an aircraft because of it, and it was my top aircraft for making progress within a certain nation, and it was the only nation I was focusing on at the time.
Right.
So fucked that up, and it 2 months of fucking premium just went out the window for that nation. But it doesn't matter because I was working on other shit at the time too anyway, so kind of made progress there.
Yeah.
Where I didn't have to fly at Mach or just
Oh, and
below it.
that was something else too that they were talked about in that clip that I sent you when they were talking about the weather. That
I never really
hour-long
got to
thing.
finish that because we ended up playing
Yeah,
something
no.
and talking or whatever.
Yeah, no, it was just the clip I sent you guys was timestamped for a reason, because you don't want to sit through the whole thing. They go off on tangents the whole fucking time. I'm like, oh,
I mean, from that
come on.
stamp, they ended up going off on that anyway. I was like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Come on, guys. Talk about the
Yeah.
fucking thing. But
But they were talking about the dynamic campaign system that's coming to DCS too. And they're expecting that by, I think he said summer to fall next year to be totally finished. So
I'm guessing it's going to be like a paid module type thing, right?
no, it's going to be integration. Yeah, should be integration.
Oh, fuck yes.
And they're working on either mid fidelity or full fidelity ground units also.
Now
Tanks
that's
and
going to
such.
be interesting.
But I
That's
think with
gonna
that, you will have to have the. Oh shit! There. What's going on with my camera? Don't do that. Don't
OBS
do
just went,
that.
hey, I want to take that for a second.
Right.
OBS went, hey, I want to take that for a second because an OBS symbol came up. I thought, what?
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
a virtual camera through OBS. I
Really?
think you need to have
Shit.
the one to control the ground units and stuff. Command and Conquer or whatever in the hell it is. Not Command and Conquer, but there's a module that you buy that you can control the
Yeah.
ground units.
Hang on,
So.
let me look. Oh fuck! I knocked that over. Let me have a look. DCS simulator. Combat simulator. I know what you're talking about. I've seen this module before. I just kind of curious
Right.
which module it actually is. So
While you're looking that up, I'm gonna run downstairs. I'll be back.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Run. I think the module. Fuck, I don't know what it's called. But I know it's. I think it's called a Ground Forces module. Holy shit! There's a campaign here for the MiG-29 for $7. Bet. Tomcat's on sale for anyone who plays DCS. There's actually a decent sale running at the moment, where a lot of it's either between 50, 30, and 15% off, depending on the modules. So the only modules that don't take place in this are, I think, the P-47 takes place. Oh, I kind of want the Harrier. That's half off. There's a lot of modules for half price. All right, so that's not that. That's a World War II assets pack. No, it's not that one. That's the A10C. Does the A10? I wonder if the A10C2 comes with the standard A10 pack. I think it's. Oh, I think the I think this gives you control of ground forces during battle. So yes, it's the DCS Combined Arms pack that allows this for when this is integrated. And it's currently half off right now for it's for $20 US. Or if you want to pay with your miles within DCS, it's 1,990 miles. So it's a Combined Arms one that I found.
Combined Arms.
Yeah. DCS Combined Arms control. This gives you control of ground forces during the battle. Use the command map to remove ground forces, set artillery fire missions, and control the ground battle. Assume the role of the Joint Terminal Attack Controller. I kind of want to do that now. Multiplayer and design targets for player-controlled close air support, aircraft, or directly control armored vehicles for air defense weapons and engage the enemy. I kind of want to do that.
Well, see, the only problem with it is, you have to set up, like if you're building a mission for it, you have to set up the mission with those vehicles spawned in, I believe.
So they can't go and like spawn a new set of vehicles out of the same.
Yeah, so you can't like jump to the F10 map and go, okay, I want this, this, and this right here, and this.
They should
that
really
kind
make
of stuff.
that more streamlined to do that sort of thing with, I guess.
Well, so that's the thing though. If you're building a mission to have, say, air-to-air combat,
Right.
you will, if one person has that module or the module's available on the server and they own the module so they can use it, then they can jump in and just start planning SAMs.
Not if the mission parameters for that disallow that.
Well, yeah. So you either redo the module as it sits right now, which I believe I'm correct on where the stuff has to be spawned in already. So basically, like with that module, if there's a SAM site there, you see that on the F10 map, you can click on that module, and you say, okay, so I know there's a plane coming from east northeast. So you need to be looking east northeast. The one that's a kilometer over, or whatever it might be, I want you looking directly east, that kind of thing. So you can control those where they're looking specifically rather than just a general type of area type of thing. The armored vehicles you can move down the road, whatever, across country, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that's what it is.
I like that idea. I really do.
Yeah.
Because you could, as the short term of JTAC, just send in multiple like ground units to an airbase, make an assault airbase thing, and have them have to scramble and take out these units. Send in. I wonder if you, I suppose it wouldn't allow you to take control of like air vehicles, would it? Like AI air vehicles, and send it in that way. I suppose.
No, I think that's strictly ground vehicles.
Shit, I would love for that to be. So basically, you're just playing a massive strategy game, is what I would like that to be.
In addition to, if you want to fly a jet, you can fly a jet. You know.
So
you could
the idea of that basically comes in to be like Arma 3 and what they did with Zeus. So the Zeus player or Zeus players can spawn in certain amounts of vehicles and units and tanks and weapons and shit like that to change up the dynamic of a mission. So you've got objectives, you got this and that the main force has to do, and then this one player can spawn in these units, do all this and that, but also take control of a singular unit on the ground and go and do something. So you could be a random soldier on the ground and just go and shoot one of the players for the fun of it if they didn't see you. And it's like, but you know, as the Zeus player, you're not the role of a Zeus player is not to make it impossible for these players to have a mission. Basically, you are running a mission for the sake of military simulation.
Right. And see, to that end, I would not have a problem if you allow people to spawn in vehicles and stuff, to spawn them, say, only at bases. So separate your blue controlled, red controlled bases. Any of those bases are available to spawn vehicles at the beginning of the mission, or within a certain range of the base that is that way. So where the planes are starting, if they're starting at a base, then you could spawn, say, within 30 miles of that base.
Yeah. With that being said, at that same time, you could start airborne targets mid-mission, and say you have someone who's magic, I guess. I think is the call sign for that.
I think so.
You can have them call in 3 new bandits bearing BRA, bra, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you could
runs on from that.
You could technically, in a way, have your ground units have a forward command unit, mobile command unit that says, "Hey, we need air support over here," and then your planes are going to spawn within a certain range of your ground units, and then they're going to come in.
Yeah, which I think that if DCS did that, it might blow up a little bit more than what it is, because it's a vehicular based version of what Arma is.
Yeah,
essentially, or an air vehicle based version of what Arma is trying to do with that military simulation. But you start on airbase, or you can start airborne if you want to, but you just have these people, well, 1 or 2 people controlling separate units, and they click on them, and they, click on another player, right click, target this player. I don't know. You just do that sort of thing with it, which is I would love that for DCS, because you don't have to make an entire mission out of it. 6 days beforehand and plan it all the way out. You could just base it on the reactions of the people fighting the force, the
Right.
attacking force, which is that's a lot of freedom and a lot of fun to do. But
Yeah.
what you could do before that is you could set up units of these things that these attackers have, or these defenders or whatever, have to go out and strike to stop this coming in, do this and that. I don't know. It's just, I like that kind of idea. I like what Arma does with that, but it's too many mods for what it is
Yes.
to do
Yes.
join that. And it's also like not easy to do with Arma. You need a lot more people to do that to make
Right.
it worth doing. On a
Yeah,
large
and then
scale, at least.
yeah. I think
With the
it'd
DCS,
be
you can have a
cool.
tight
So
two flight out, and you can have so many.
yeah,
fucking
so
units out there.
say you do that, and then you can spawn, say, 2 planes in the air. The rest of them have to be at bases at the beginning of the mission when everybody's loading in. If somebody's using the ground force module, they get 2 minutes to set up their modules where they want them to spawn at the bases or range of the bases, whatever it might be, and then the game starts and everybody gets to do what they want. They're controlling what they want to. If you need more air power, then you can launch your planes from bases, from carriers, whatever it might be, that kind of thing. I think that'd be a cool idea. Definitely. A little more interactivity with everything.
So it also means that people that want to get into DCS but don't have flight sticks and head tracking
Right.
and all this shit can
Right.
get in, start playing with people, and start picking up shit as they go.
Right.
But could still play with these people. They're not just like,
Well, and I
"All right, we can't play."
think that's going to be kind of the benefit of, let's say, like the F-14, and the F-15E coming out, backseaters.
Right. Oh,
Somebody gets DCS, but doesn't have a joystick, doesn't have anything. Being able to backseat, learn the jet.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Learn how the things operate in the plane, help out still, be a part of the game.
As far as
I
I'm
think
aware,
if
within
you didn't-
the 15E, I think it's you can do the same thing in the front as in the back, as aside from the flying aspect of it, flying the jet.
I believe
think
so.
it's-
I believe that's the way they're setting it up.
That's
And
good.
I would,
'Cause
what I would
think
really
I
like
heard
though
they're not
too.
taking the AI and putting it in the back like they have with the 14.
Yes, no jester, no jester.
Thank God. No one
Um,
randomly ejecting out of the aircraft when I'm like
Right.
14 feet off the ground.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Shit. Off he goes. I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever.
I think. Hey, Melons is in the chat. I didn't even notice.
Come in.
I think with that also, what I would like to see is if somebody's sitting Rio or Wizzo for you, that they do not need to own the module.
Yes, but at the same time, that also increases the file size of the game overall because they have to download the cockpit and HD module, shit to it
But
as well. So
if you want to say, rather than purchase the F-14 because you're not a pilot, you just want to be Rio, you can download just the cockpit files instead of. Well, actually, the cockpit is already in the game. All the modeling is in the game. The F-14s are in there.
then what do you download when you buy a new module?
You're downloading keys to have access to use those modules.
What, 600 megabytes for a key?
Well,
No, I think you
look.
download the HD textures for inside the cockpit is what my understanding of it was.
That's a possibility. Oops, let me not put that up on screen.
That's at least what my
Put that up
understanding
there.
of it was, and I thought, well, that's a reasonable
'Cause if
request
I go
for a 600
in-
megabyte download. At least for the F-18, it was like that. 600 megabyte download
Yeah,
to add the module
it
in.
could be.
HD textures.
So, just in demo mods, I don't have the Yak. I had downloaded the Huey at one point. I have the 33, the 27, 25A, which I don't have. Wait, no.
It's FC3.
Yes, I do. I do. That's FC3. Spitfire,
No,
which I
that's
don't
T.
own.
That's a 25T, isn't it?
The T is what you get at the beginning. You get the T.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. No,
And the 51, yeah. The Spitfire, which I don't have.
but downloaded the one-
SA342. No, I did not download the Spitfire.
I thought you did because we had that free module time we were flying around in TF51s with Bow and Shadow.
No, I never downloaded that, the full fidelity one.
Okay.
I don't believe I did. I don't know. What is it? Is that just A342? Oh no, that's the Gazelle. Is that what that is?
The SA what?
SA342?
Yeah, that's the Gazelle, I think.
Yeah.
Which
when
is
I
not
look
a
at it,
helicopter I ever want to fly again. It's too sensitive. And I never really got any. The only thing I started using on that was just the guns. Even though it's able to be armed with Hellfires and all that. As far
Right.
as I was aware, anyway.
So then there's a P51D, a P47D, MiG 21 bis, MiG 19P, MiG 15 bis, the MI8, Mirage, did not download that, the L39C, the
The
KA-50,
Albatross. It's a
JF17.
fun little plane, that thing, I've heard.
I have no
It's
idea
little-
what the I-16 is.
Oh, it's the it's a small little monoplane Russian fighter that has an open cockpit. Funny enough, it doesn't close up. It's open. It's like a biplane without the extra top, and it's got, well, at least a lot of models have two 20 millimeter Shavak cannons and two 7.92 or sorry 7.62 little machine guns on that is what its armament was.
Huh. But yeah, there's
Well,
two-
some models anyway.
the two Focke-Wulfs are in there. Never downloaded those. And that's just in demo mods.
But at the same time, that might also be the outside like, model, because you got to
so
have that
that's-
to F2 to them, right? So
Yeah, true.
the extra download could be the
And the core mods are in
use of
there. The
radar
Christian Eagle's in
effects,
there.
the use of the radar effects, the rest of the cockpit, and all its working dial bullshit is what it could be that you're downloading, because you're not going to have that when you're outside the plane, and you can't go in the cockpit if you don't own it. So, I mean, it makes sense if that's what it is,
Right.
that you're downloading. Actually, the best way to DCS, what do you download when buying a module?
Yeah, because
What is the
in my folder that actually has my mods in it, I have the F-14, the 16, which I did download, the 86, which I did download at one point, the 18, Flaming Cliffs, JS Avionics. I have no idea what that is. That maybe no, that's not that one. The P51D. So I downloaded that. The SU-25T, the SU-33, the TF-51D, and the UH-1H. So those are the ones that I have actually downloaded and used.
Mm.
So all the rest of them, like you said, it could be just the exterior model that's in there. You don't have the cockpit until you download it.
Yeah, it would make sense, because at the same time, when you download that, you wouldn't just be downloading the textures for the cockpit. You'd be downloading radar shit and all the shit inside the the effects of the module,
the functionality of all the instruments.
When you think about it, when they downsized, say, the F-18's internal shit and getting all that working to 600 megabytes, That's that's a feat.
It's a lot
right
of
there.
shit. Yeah, well,
That's a lot of shit to get to download too. You know,
The
downsides
14.
to be that. Well, 14 was about 800, I think.
Yeah,
when I
well,
downloaded
that's front and rear seat
Yeah,
because you
And
can
that's still-
you can use either.
still, that's a lot. That's
So-
a
so-
good downsize.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So, if you just want to be Rio, you just want to be Wizzo, you're just downloading the cockpit information. You're not going to be flying front seat. So, you only get the rear cockpit.
That idea kind of won't work with my thing that I had there. It's like, how about you split them into separate like modules? You buy half the module for like, I don't know, half the things. You don't go backseat. I don't know. That's probably not a.
Well, no, I'm just thinking so somebody doesn't want to invest the $80 for the 14. But they'd like to learn how to fly the plane possibly. They've seen videos of DCS. So for
Then
$40,
that's-
$42, whatever you want to do, you can download the back seat, learn how to fly the plane from your friends who already
Yeah.
have the full module.
just half it. Really.
Yeah, so
And
it
then
gives
you
you
learn
access
that.
to the rear seat so you can learn the functionality of the plane. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. That could work too. I'm still trying to find out, like, what do you download when you buy a new module? DCS, what do you download when buying a new module? When you have bought, I guess.
I've bought.
It doesn't come up under technical questions. Oh, shit. Downloading and installing modules. Okay, that's an idea. So I purchased the blah 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 blah. I haven't downloaded any modules. I haven't installed any modules. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck this person's on about. Doesn't make any sense.
We'll have to maybe try and remember to do some research for the next one.
Yeah. That's what my understanding was though of it. Like you get a more close-up HD module from the inside. It's all a little bit more detailed because I noticed that it's a little bit more detailed than it is when you're in F2 menu or F2 to a plane. There's a little bit more like scratches and shit, at least when
Could
I
be.
saw it. Yeah,
You could, you could get an
could be that.
an
But
HD model of the exterior and the cockpit information and the instrumentation functionality, and yeah, I mean,
that was always my
Yeah.
understanding of what you downloaded when you bought a new module. But could be way off, and it could just be, could be something else. Updates. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. But yeah. How the fuck did we get onto this?
we were talking about changes to make to silence and stuff, and then we went on to if other developers would only listen, and
Well, that's how that
went
goes.
under the DCS.
And that's how that happened. That's how that went for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna be done eating. You fuckers are still on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conversation improved when you left Shadow.
Damn. Okay.
No. Dude, that guy's so tired. He just needs to pass out. when
Oh,
he's done
fucking.
eating.
He was sitting
Oh my
there.
God.
When he was sitting there and we were talking earlier, I could see him.
Just zoning. Just
He was trying to like keep his eyes open. He was focusing on the screen and he just couldn't. And it looked
Right.
like he was about to pass out.
Yeah. So
But yeah. He he did what he did. He did what he did.
yes. Youngsters. Be young again.
Like I said, I don't know whose stream it was in, but my longest stint of staying awake was like 76 hours, and I had 2
Mhm.
full work days in between those.
Each.
It was
The
like
longest I've
2
gone is
12-hour days or some shit, I think.
59 is the longest I've gone.
I don't know why the fuck I decided to stay up for that extra day. I really don't know what was going through my head, but I did.
At that time, you were partially insane anyway, so.
I mean, not to bash the boss, but working for him, yeah, kind of was. It was.
Right.
No, I'm not getting into that. I'm not going there. But it was an interesting time.
Definitely. All right. You about ready to call it a night then?
I'm
Day
good.
for you.
Yeah. Well, it's 1:45 in the afternoon now, which I decided to take the time I said it would before anyway. Instead of being an hour and a half, we've like doubled that almost. If we add 15 minutes to it, it's 3 hours.
Yeah, and honestly, if we have stuff to talk about, I don't mind
Yeah.
going 2 hours
Keep going.
at least. You know, like
I-
this is whatever.
Actually, I won't say that on stream. That's not. No. But no. If we can keep it going and hold it and blah blah blah, it's just fine. Whatever. That was working.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I mean, I
That is what it
enjoy
is.
having those types of conversations about whatever the topic might be. Yeah, there
Oh,
might
yeah,
not be
same.
a whole lot happening in chat, but that's not to say people
you know,
aren't going to
it's
come by and
content.
go, "Oh, what's this about?" You know.
It's content. People are talking and having fucking an actual conversation about shit that's going on or what they've been doing. It's like, you know, it's that.
Mhm.
Those are fun because we started on In Silence and ended it on
DCS.
DCS.
And what the
I
fuck do
don't
you
fucking know.
download?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it works as a podcast. Like that's how I've always seen it. A podcast is just you start talking about one random shit
Well,
and just fucking go through, and it is what it
right,
is. You talk
and
about what you talk about, and you can have topics to start a conversation again, but you don't
right.
have to
So
end it right there and have set topics to talk about the entire time. This isn't a
no,
news
so
show or whatever.
see now that's where I kind of think about it differently. A podcast is more organized, in my opinion, than what we do. We talk about whatever you want to talk about. This is more just chatting, in my opinion, than a podcast or that type of a show. You know.
Yeah.
Whether it kind of falls in both categories. Now, like I was talking about doing tech things and stuff like that, and I did that transition and all that kind of stuff. If we were to get more organized and come into every 2 weeks doing a podcast and have topics to talk about and have some tech updates and, you know, a special guest every time we did a podcast or whatever the thing might be, then that might be a podcast. That'd be a proper podcast rather than
Right.
us hanging out talking about whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. You know? But I think it works
fair
either
enough.
way, honestly.
See, my
I
most
really do.
What the fuck was that? Oh, I knocked over that bottle. Cool. But my like idea of a podcast, because this is the only one I've really like watched like kind of religiously for a long time, is the Painkiller Already one. And it was more or less structured about just a flow of conversation. You go on to that unless they run out of things to talk about and they go one of them goes, "You need a new topic," and they just have shit there.
Right.
And that's when they run out of things to talk about. And early-ish on to like episode 400, they really didn't run out of shit to talk about, which is hilarious.
Right.
These guys are like nuts.
Well,
with
that's
that.
like
But
us.
The quality
The
of the
last-
show over the longest time has.
Well, that's like us. The last 40 minutes has been started with In Silence, and we moved all the way around to DCS. That's a continuing conversation without having really a topic that we had sitting there to do anything about. Just we started talking about In Silence, and we started talking about changes, and kept
Yeah.
going down that road. If we were to do something like that, you have 5 topic ideas for your podcast, and if one of those topics takes 3 hours to get through and discuss the way you want to discuss it, and then you're like, we've been talking about this for 3 hours. I think it's probably about done with the podcast tonight, you know? So, I mean, that's perfectly fine. That's an organized podcast to me still.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
absolutely.
that's not us jumping back. We started off with school. We started talking about lifting weights. We, jumping all over doing this kind of stuff. This is more of just a friendly conversation, just chatting. Whatever topic we're on is what we're on. We don't have a specific topic up in OBS that this is what we're talking about, or welcome to your tech news or whatever type of thing, So
And that to me is what makes this sort of thing like fun to do.
yeah,
Because
definitely.
you don't have to stick to the written topics and shit like that. You just go through, and if you run out of something, you just jumpstart it. Like we stopped talking for a minute, and I went, well, what about these drops? And we just went fucking nuts on that after that. I was like, fucking hell, all right.
Right.
That went further than what I thought it would. Honestly.
Well, I think the drops lasted about maybe 2 minutes, and then we kept going on about other stuff after that. So,
It wasn't the talking about the drops that I was like mentioning. It was just that the what started after that just went
right.
fucking,
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying,
like, holy
just
shit.
something, and then we moved on to that conversation just continued to go down a different path. So I find it fully enjoyable. I honestly do.
Yeah, it's absolutely fun. It's absolutely fun, especially since we did that one last week, but some shit's happened, and fucking random fucking conversations spark up, like you said about fucking school. I guess you just think of the ideas right there and then and go, well, then we'll talk about that. I don't know how the fuck we got onto school. I really don't.
It's because Leo was talking about homework.
Oh yes,
right,
Leo,
yeah.
and he hates math. Hey, Shadow, why aren't you sleeping?
Welcome back.
How was dinner?
I ate too much.
Of course.
Per norm.
Of course. We had a 40-minute conversation ranging from In Silence to
DCS.
DCS, and how
Yeah.
what you download when you buy a new module.
Did you have the stream up still?
I sat down and I was like, "There's cool." I have it paused on my main monitor, and then Sakura ended her stream and rated PUDs, I think.
Right.
And I refreshed the page and I saw that it was still going. I was like, "You're still fucking going?"
Exactly
you
what I
say,
said.
Rob?
Exactly what I said.
That's good.
Oh god.
That's fucking perfect.
We do know.
But yeah, no, like a conversation was sparked, and then it just went on, and that's fine. And I do prefer the longer type of podcasts, kind of like this, instead of having like an hour and a half, because while that's still a long time and it's a long video to watch, for a podcast, that's reasonably short.
Well, yeah, and so the thing for me is kind of like if we don't have topics, sure, hour and a half.
Yeah.
It-
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
that's
fine.
I agree.
Yeah, but if we're talking about something and there's kind of a conversation, even though it may not be going the way we were going with our conversation for the past 40 minutes,
Yeah.
if the conversation is just kind of meandering down this path and something may spark up at some point, you're just like, well, that's it for me. I mean, I do get, life, we have other things to do, and that's fully fine with me.
And I'm not gonna force a podcast if it's slow and it just doesn't pick up at all. I'm not gonna force a longer one like we have here to go past whatever. Hell, we can even have like a 45-minute one if we just don't have anything to talk about. It is what it is. You can't force it to keep going, because it's just going to be like long silences every now and again once we run out of like 10 words to say about the subject we come up with,
Right.
which has actually happened before. So,
right. You try and spark a
you know.
conversation, and everybody's just kind of like, eh.
Don't give a fuck. It's also like the dynamic because ages ago, it was like one of the early episodes we started talking about the then upcoming update for War Thunder, right? Bao was
Right.
out of the loop, hadn't played War Thunder for quite a fucking long time. You don't play War Thunder at all.
Uh-huh.
And then there was someone else that just was sat there quietly. I was like, okay. Well, that conversation lasted like 2 minutes.
Right.
And that was one of the main points. Like before then, when we were talking about like structuring and like having points on a thing here, that was one of my points. And it lasted 2 minutes. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
Right?
and so that's
then
what I
again-
was saying. You may
that-
have 5 topics to go over, and if the one topic lasts for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you feel like calling it a night after that, then so be it.
Yeah.
But if you at least have 5 things that may spur on some kind of conversation, you know.
Right. Yeah. I I have a text document sitting on here that's the only thing that's written in it is a 1 and that like, dash to have after that. Because I haven't opened it in over a few months
Right.
to write anything in it. But it's there.
Yeah,
the thought,
you know,
the thought is there.
yeah, and that's something that we could probably get a little bit better with too is okay, everybody bring one topic to the podcast. You got 2 weeks to come up with a topic. And if some of us get similar or the same topic, then so be it, but at least we have some topics.
Or at
What are you
least
going to be
if
interested in?
we have like prior knowledge of people not being there, come up with like 2 or 3, 1 or 2. Like,
Yeah.
2, like multiple ones. So if we do have the same one, you do have another one as a backup
Right.
for, something to potentially be talking about.
Right.
But yeah, I like to go to a point where we have, more than the 3. We have like 3 people on average on the podcast as we go through.
Lately, yeah.
Yeah. Once,
I would
once things
really
get
like
sorted
to.
out, I'd be excited to get back to that point where we have fucking 5 people or 6 people in a fucking chat. Just
Yes. I would like to
Go.
get back to that. I would like to also like we've been talking about having people on.
yeah,
People
absolutely.
from the server. You
Yeah.
know, just what do you want to talk about? Let's whatever. Just to have somebody other than us get on there
Yeah.
and be able to be involved in the conversation. Just another way to involve the community other than being in chat.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I don't mind if they don't have a camera either. If you got a mic,
Oh, no,
and you
that's
can
not a-
talk. Yeah, go for
It
it.
was more or less like when I thought about the cameras for the podcast, the idea was more or less for us to have
Yes.
a camera active if we were part of the podcast. People joined in if they don't have one or don't want to use one, they don't want to show their face. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's whatever it is. That's your choice. Like at
Right.
first, when we were first talking about this, I hadn't had a camera on at all. So,
yeah, I
know.
remember the day
And
we
then I
saw
went,
that
"You know what?
video.
Fuck it. I went,
I
"You know what?
remember the
Fuck it.
day.
Let's go." When I
We were
came up
like,
with putting that in the video, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. And then I guess the week after that, that video actually went live on YouTube. I started putting the camera on, and then I have the overlay I have now because I never had. I always just delete the camera portion, like border out of the
Right.
overlay because I've never
Right.
used it. When I started putting that on, that's that. That's what it is. It's just I for the I think for the 2.5 to 3 years of streaming, I just never had that.
Yeah.
But it's just something I never did because I was not until this really happened. I wasn't really taking it too seriously. I was just doing it for fun,
And
that's what it was.
honestly, like I've said, that's pretty much what it is. You have to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
If you, unless you have gotten to the point where you have created an income from this that can support you, there's no reason to think
It's
about
all
this
about
as a
fun.
job.
Yeah.
Have fun
Absolutely.
doing it.
I don't. And that's the side of it where I haven't been streaming as much recently is because, well, it's not income as well. It is. There's some money coming from it, but it's not, something you can live on. So I've had to do other things. I've been busy, and I've had a little bit of a burnout on streaming, and I was just like, I need to stop for a minute and slow down.
Right.
Because there was one stage where I was doing shit. There was one stage where I was doing 2 streams a day for 3 days a week. One in the morning, one at night. There was like 2 or 3
Wow.
weeks where I did that. And I don't know, I don't know I would swap out the game for morning or afternoon or something. I don't know. It was just random.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I need to stop that because that's
You're gonna get burned out.
on average. The morning stream would be 4.5 to 5 hours, and then the night one would be 5 to 6 hours. So that's why I was like, no, I need to not do that and just slow
Yeah.
down. And I'm gonna start doing a scheduled sort of thing. Have one where I could be playing with Bao, and then have one where I could be playing with Jorge or Shadow, and just different
Yeah.
times
Right.
during the week.
Right.
That's eventually going to be something that I'll
And-
but back to the camera thing. That was, that
Yeah.
how that went.
Well, the other thing I was going to bring up with that too is, like Gecko said the other day, having another one at a different time, I'm not opposed to either. Maybe shorter, maybe same length, whatever. Try it out a couple of times, see what happens, see if we get some different people to come in, that kind of stuff. Your time zone,
Yeah.
Jack's time zone, whatever.
The thing is, with Jack's time zone, when he's available to do that, ends up being like, it would probably start
Right.
at like 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
Me.
For you. And that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
if we can find a happy medium where, like, you don't have too much of a problem with this time for this one for you. So if we could get
So I can
something
go to bed at,
where
like,
we
3
could get
o'clock.
right.
He'd still get up for it. 'Cause I get,
Right.
like,
So
6
if we
hours.
can get Jack and Bao and maybe Shadow and Jorge to be in a stream for a podcast, and I could be there too. I give a shit less what time I'm doing.
the hooligans together again.
Yes.
It would be. It would be.
That was more or less what I was trying to say earlier. It's like, get everyone back into the groove of it, I suppose. Get everyone wanting
Yeah.
to do it again.
I don't think it's necessarily not wanting to do it. It's with the way the world is right now, we've all had a lot of different things going on, and
Agreed.
some people have added to their lives and have to spend time with other people.
That's true.
So, like I tell you, life always comes first. So, I got no
Yeah.
qualms with whatever happens with the whole thing. But hopefully, knock on wood, disc. We keep
can
going.
Get that to go.
Get back to big success and having fun and all that kind of good stuff. Buy merch. Buy merch. Buy the merch.
Oh, I'm absolutely it. So whenever I can, gonna pick up those tapestries and replacing this shit behind me.
Yeah. One big one.
One big one.
One big
Whoa.
one. 5 feet wide.
That's the biggest one, right?
Yes, I believe. No.
Okay, so no.
No,
I don't know.
I think we'll have to look at it later. I think the biggest one is 81 inches wide. I think the small one, I don't remember. It's too many numbers.
So I'll just go to mine. The biggest tapestry is 88 by 104.
Yeah. So
So I don't know what that fucking
104.
turns into.
104. Let's see. 120 is 10 feet. So that's 16 inches less. So that's almost 9 feet. 8 feet. 8 inches?
Big as fuck.
Yeah. It's big.
One big one?
Big boy.
Nah, the idea of it was, and that probably won't work either unless I hang up from that, the ceiling. The thing is, I need another room. What I need is a big ass room with a big ass wall behind me and put them all up, because that's what I wanted to do, is put all the
You'd have to go with the smaller ones.
Yeah,
you have to go with the
was what
small
I was
ones.
gonna do. That's what I was gonna do, obviously, because it's 51 by 60, which I don't know what that converts into.
It's 5 feet. 5 feet wide. 60 inches is 5 feet. But
Yeah, but what does that
for centimeters?
5 feet is
Fuck. About an inch is just over 2 centimeters. 2.2.
something. I'm just trying to think. It's so it's about I think it's about 1.50 something. Maybe. It's 152.
There you go.
It's 1.52. I was just trying to like work it out. It's about 1.52. That's actually not gonna fit up there at all. You know what? So there's only 5 of them, and they're wide 5 feet. So I could probably fit them up there, depending on how tall they are, whatever that converts into.
Jack's sideways. I remember.
Oh shit! It is, isn't it? Wait, which one's the width again? It's like 51 or the 60?
The 60 is the width, I believe.
Shit.
And 51 is 4 feet 3 inches.
All right.
No.
You know what? I'm
Yes,
just gonna
4
put
feet 3
in-
inches.
I'm just gonna put it in inches, and I'm gonna type in 51 is 1.2. So it's 1.2 tall. That's not gonna fit up there. I mean, it itself will fit up there, but not all of them. The thing is, with this side of the room on my side, I have a massive amount of space. There's nothing there. So 60, that's 50. So 60 is 152. Yeah. Okay, so 152 by 120. Not all of them are going to fit up there, but
I told you that the other day.
Not the way I want them to, but if I were to put them across up here, and then across with 3 or 2, and then 3 down or 2 down, that would fit. It wouldn't look good if I hung them there, but yeah, and they definitely won't hang behind me here. That's for sure. They definitely won't do that, and that's not starting to fall good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there are fleece blankets up there also. Insulator.
Yeah. That's what they are, fleece blankets right there. And they're fucking $60 too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's 60 for me to buy.
We'll look at the sample thing.
I like the idea of the poster as well. I think
the posters would fit better. Honestly.
Yeah, but they're not as like cool. Well, I mean, they are fucking cool, but I love the tapestry so much. And I want that big ass thing fucking behind me. It's so good.
That's what I said. Get your big tapestry, put that behind you, put the posters on your wall.
Yeah. That could work. I just want the wall. I just want the wall in tapestry because they look cool.
I know. I couldn't find anything that showed exactly kind of like somebody had bought a tapestry. So
Yeah. Wondering how see through or not see through they are, how thin they are for it.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the main
We'll
worry
figure
I
it
had for putting it up here, is how easy it is to see through them, because the point of the background is not to have the ability to see that.
Not seeing through it. Yes.
So,
We'll get it all worked out. We'll look
unless I
at stuff
completely
and-
rearrange my room, which would be fucked. Because I could
Stop.
that would make it a little,
Just
that would make
just
it a lot
stop.
easier.
Just stop.
That would make that a lot easier, because I could hook it on them, and it would just hang down behind me on these like.
He's
Fucking-
dreaming too much, Rock. You need to shut him down.
All
hang
right,
down,
folks. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We're getting off the Spartan babble here. No.
No, but like seriously, because all this is cupboards, right? So it's
Right.
it just hang down from the top of the cupboards, and that's fine. If I completely, this wouldn't work because.
But you use it. Don't you use that stuff? The cupboards up there?
I could, well, not the top ones, because that's what it'd be hanging down from, and I'll just lift it up and open.
I got it for you, Spartan. I
got
got it for you. So, if you
I
were
can't
to
rearrange my
rearrange
room
it,
anyway, so it doesn't matter.
okay.
Not with the current setup I have for my PC at the moment. It won't work.
Okay.
It's this wide,
Yes.
the entire PC setup for the screens.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, it's bigger than
So-
that. I can't stretch out how wide this area in front of me is.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the monitor setup?
Yes. You sent
Yeah.
you sent me a picture of the wall the other day
Yeah, right. So
when we were talking about this the first time.
yeah, you get the idea of how much room.
No,
these
I know
are.
exactly.
Unless I can't do that.
But
That would look shitty to me. That would
here's
look really shitty.
here's
to
what
me.
you can
I don't
do.
like that
Here's
idea.
what you can do, Spartan. You can
Mhm.
get the big tapestry, and basically you can hang it where yours is at now. But what you want to do is you want to attach it to the ceiling and make it kind of like a Roman blind, so you can pull it up and have it up on the ceiling and not hanging there the whole time, instead of strung across like the way you have it now.
I just don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Look up DIY Roman blinds.
Oh,
It's not
son
hard.
of a bitch!
Here we go, folks. We found the rabbit hole.
I have an idea. I have an idea for making this higher. Yep, no, I can make this work once I can buy these things.
All
It's
right,
just
are
the
you ready?
attaching it to this thing here.
Yes,
really.
yes. Well, and that's what I'm talking about with the Roman blind thing. You don't need to attach it to those. You wouldn't need to have the line there.
I'm just gonna have an idea of what the fuck this thing's called. What this looks like, because I'm not actually sure.
Roman blinds.
Okay. I don't know how the fuck I'd set that up.
So basically, what you could do with
Attach
it.
to that, and then you could just go "Foonk," and it goes
Yes.
up. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. I like
So
that.
you basically have a couple of like round eyelets that you would attach to the ceiling, and have a knot on the back side of them, or have it tied around that. And then if you get some grommets or whatever, you can go down the sides of the tapestry. Right? At the
Right.
bottom, you could have a dowel or some weight on the corner. A dowel would work best because then your rope connects there. and then you just pull on the rope to pull that up, and it basically slinkies the whole thing up.
That's
So
cool.
if you have 4 folds in it, you could have 12 folds in it. Wherever you decide to put those holes is where that piece of fabric is going to fold up as you pull up the rope.
I want this now. I want this right now.
All right,
So much
folks,
easier
tune
than
into the
this.
next.
All it is a fucking, and that goes
Yeah.
up, and it's out of the fucking
And-
way.
And you could anchor it on the wall there next to your desk. You could have it the tie off right there next to your desk for the rope when you have it pulled up. Tie it to your desk, the fucking leg of the desk. Doesn't
There's
matter.
no leg. There's
Well,
no leg
whatever
to
it is.
to the desk. It's this part of the desk here is just a it's like an add-on, really,
Uh-huh.
and it's not two, it's 3 pieces of just wood. Really.
Whatever
There's
it
no,
is.
I mean, unless I put something. Well, actually, you know what? The tie-off could be here because this is here for no fucking reason. This is a mic pop filter right here that I don't use. It's just sort of clamped to the side of my desk.
There you
Well,
go.
part of this
I
desk
mean,
anyway.
the fabric is not going to be that heavy, so you know.
Oh no, I'm tying it off to the clamp that's right here. I could take
No, that's what I'm
the
saying.
mic filter off and clamp it there.
The
Anyway.
fabric is not going to pull it off, so you'll be fine. But with that, I'm going to say tune into the next podcast, folks, and find out how much the DIY shit went with Spartan.
Probably didn't go yet
Not yet.
because it
Maybe
take a
we'll
fucking
see.
while to get the tapestry even here.
Christmas
do
is
that.
coming.
There.
We'll see how the thing goes. But they're really enjoyable. Thanks to everybody for dropping by who did drop by in the chat tonight for our Insidious Hooligans quote unquote podcast. Spartan and Rock Chat. Don't forget, catch us on YouTube. Like and subscribe that stuff on YouTube. We can buy the merch store. Till we see you next time. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Chip link right there. Bonk.